And that's exactly what it sounded like all day Thursday, Mike's.
Are you shitting me? How much pizza did you go through, dude? Or did you see like tons and tons of Doritos?
All day. Just like,
shit.
What's
I
going
thought we were
on,
back at the
guys?
proctologist's office again.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of Bangkok Strange. I'm Dana Blue, and as always, joined by the bald and beautiful, the Gay Earth shirt wearing Mike Somerville.
Boom, up top. We're going to start it out early, and here you go, Joe. I know you're not here, but that's okay, buddy. You're always here with me.
Always here with the clap. You've always got the clap with us, buddy.
I think there's ointment for that.
There might be.
Maybe pills.
So yeah, we missed last week. I had some vertigo issues. This week was touch and go. I had some crazy food poisoning.
Is that the way you really should label when there's like a lot of stuff coming out of your ass? Touch and go?
Well,
maybe a little dicey would be better.
What happened was Wednesday night, Jib and I had this fruit that I forget the name.
No, but you know that you put the fruit in your mouth. You weren't. I know the banana. It's tempting. It's tempting. You look at the banana, or you look at the eggplant, for example, the big purple ones. Yeah, I mean, you got to stay away from that. I mean, I know Jib's open-minded, but
I saw this great TikTok the other day where the guy's like, this girl posted one of these TikToks. Everyone does these like, tell me the something is good without saying the something is good.
Okay.
And so it was like had the eggplant emojis. Basically, tell me the dick is good without telling me the dick is good.
Got it.
And this one I follow, this guy, he starts every TikTok with my Asian mom-in-law taught me that.
Okay.
And so he goes, I never used to like whatever British call eggplant, like origami or whatever. Oh. He's like, I never used to like this until my Asian mom-in-law showed me how to cook it, and he chops it up and cooks it. He's like, try it now.
So you're really like into TikTok.
I'm into watching it. I'm not. I've tried posting. I'm not. I haven't gotten into posting to it.
I mean, that one guy, right,
Eric,
that was on your he all about it. That extension may be dangerous.
He kills it. Yeah. So apparently some Russian company bought this extension and they've deactivated it. Real quick, let me run through the chat because we got a ton of people here. This Live My Ass Off guy.
He's friggin' amazing. Giant penis.
Chris Born Nomad Production. What's going on, man?
Chris, love you, dude.
Dave, gotta love Thailand up there in Surin. How's the house coming, man? Unseen Thailand, Chiang Mai. This guy's from Worcester.
Get out of here.
Worcester.
Wicked fucking pisser, Unseen.
Pisser.
Good to see you here. Hey, just don't park there. You can't fucking park there.
Go over to Harvard Yard.
Bastard.
Emazak and Bodo, what's going on, man? How you doing? Mr. Mitch, good to see you, sir. What else we got here?
What is the name? Emazak and Bodo. That's fucking awesome.
That's a great name.
Dude. He pulled up the curtains. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Is that kind of like the carpet matches the drapes?
It might be.
Could be. Yeah, but the curtains, I get that.
I think the curtains are another.
Wait, did you turn the AC on?
Yeah. Hey, Patrick, what's going on, man? How you doing? How's things in Texas?
Oh, thank you, Patrick. I appreciate it. Yeah, the only reason that video was awesome is because Gracie was in it.
Yeah, so when you sent that, you sent me the clip of Gracie. I was like, Mike's gonna be just like fucking bawling his eyes out on Soy 11. Not the first white dude to do so.
Copy that,
but for different reasons.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, why did he jump off a bridge? Well, it had nothing to do with the fact that some hooker took all his money.
Patty Doyle, top of the morning.
Patty Doyle with his sack of potatoes. Good to see you there with your little Honda.
He's heading through Bangkok on Monday.
Probably at about 27 kilometers an hour. I'm thinking it's the top speed of that vehicle.
The train. He's going all the way down to Yala. So Monday I'm going to meet him for breakfast.
Oh, I saw the comment. Yeah, nice. That's good. Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Roll through.
Wait, you're gonna be up in the morning meeting someone for breakfast? Was it 11 a.m.?
I've been getting up at like 7 every day.
Get out of here, dude. Fuck yes. Oh, we should do stuff.
Well, I don't know.
Dude, we should ride bikes. You want to ride bikes?
We can drink coffee.
Oh, well, you know where I do want to go?
I don't know if I want to drink coffee with you, though. You're like, I got this great powder there. I'm like, they have meetings for powder guys.
So tell them the story you told me this morning about fucking 11, which I love, by the way, because I'm a huge fan of that band.
Yeah, if you guys saw my video about authenticity, the one where it came out yesterday. Was it yesterday? No, the day before yesterday. I was walking around Chula, and that's the best university. Yeah, I think it was yesterday or the day before. But I was walking around Chula and I was talking about authenticity, And I had in my notes to talk about Mike, because I was talking about people who turn themselves up a little bit, like to be able to be in public. Hey, Steve, Dorman, what's going on, guys?
Hey, good to see you, Todd. Love you, dude.
And so I was like, yeah, it's good to get, like, some people need to turn a piece of themselves up to 11 to be able to deal with the energy it takes to be in public, because it's the only way that you can really focus and do it. And for myself too, when I was CEO of my company, having to be in public all the time and talk and like give talks to the press and stuff, there's certain parts of yourself you turn down, certain parts you turn up, just to be able to get through it all. Like especially if it's like 4 or 5 hours. But I meant to talk about this. People like Mike who are at 11 naturally and have to turn themselves down to like 8 to be able to deal with the public.
It's funny. Probably one of the greatest tools I ever learned in my master's about leadership and that sort of thing was how to sort of observe other people's behavior and know the way that they're going to be able to listen to you the best. So as a gargantuan extrovert, especially in IT, if I like kick the door in and I say, hey guys, I got a great idea for this new software development thing, and basically I do that on every single day that ends in Y. Introverted people who are in IT traditionally, these guys are going to freak out. They're going to be like, oh my God, Mike's is here again with another freaking. And I had to really learn how to actually turn it down. Now, that's very difficult when I get on stage. You put a microphone in front of me and at least 100 people in a room. Oh, my God. I am fueled. I go for it. Oh, my God. I love her. I love everything about Laquisette. What is it? I don't even know her last name. You know what? You're going to change your last name.
Yeah. Somerville. When's the wedding? When are we doing that?
So here's what's interesting about this, right? I mean, you went through the process. And so you know that for a foreigner to get married in Thailand and get all the paperwork done, it's probably the least romantic fucking it's like going to traffic school.
Anything you go to the embassy for is a shit show.
So the embassy part, I will tell you that, it was $100.
Are you doing the U.S. embassy? Or you doing the Canadian embassy?
No, U.S. embassy, yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, again, you go to the U.S. embassy to get 2 pieces of paper that say you're telling the truth.
Yeah.
After that, it's the
and they don't check. It's the fucking honor system.
No, you put, but again, that's the whole point behind, was it notaries, right? And I mean, they do check that your ID is you.
Yeah, but they're not like, oh yeah, we checked your availability. No, it's the honor system.
But it's like, oh yeah, I've never been married except the other 7 times. I mean, you could totally fucking lie, right?
But I do find the process is a bit of a shit show for sure.
I'm anticipating 3 days because of the amount of stuff that will likely be able to reason. Because I'm not going to be, oh my God, we got to start at 7 a.m. We got to be married by 4 p.m. So here's the other thing too.
Gracie's definitely trying to say Mike might change his mind.
Yeah, right.
If you only knew.
Yeah, I changed my mind a lot. Honestly, as far as I'm concerned, if I was her, I would not change my last name. The amount of delta in the number of IDs that she's going to have to revisit.
Well, that's the thing with Jib. That's the whole reason that Jib never did. So Jib goes by Jib Bluin professionally. Yeah. But like her real name is still her name, just because otherwise it's bank accounts, business ownership, all these little things that go along with it. The national ID. Yeah, the amount of things that have her last name in it currently, just in the United States. Yeah. I mean, we have a bank at Chase, right? Which is, again, you can change it. But I thought you said the Philippines government doesn't consider you married until you change your name. Let me tell you something about the Philippines government. They don't do a lot of things correctly. Not the least of which, they don't give their citizens enough support to begin with. They give the female citizens even less support, and that just pisses me off. But yeah, whatever. I mean, whatever Greasy wants to do, of course, is, Patrick, changing last names common in Thailand. That's for the Thais. Yeah, that's a good question. So I don't know if it's officially common or not, but there's people like I said, Jib professionally goes by Jib Bluin for sure. But she hasn't physically changed her name. Yeah, it's just but again, it's like me. I'm Mike's. I mean, obviously, my legal name is not Mike's. Yeah. Well, I guess it would be if it's like first name, last initial. Well, no, I'm just so amazing. I'm plural. That's why it's Mike's. But there's, so I don't know. I know a couple that have, and they go through the process. His wife did. A lot of times, my wife did. Yeah. Yeah. And so I guess it depends too. Like there's levels of paperwork to it, just like in the U.S. Like it's a pain. Right, for the woman, because it depends on bank accounts, all these other things. Yeah, it takes some time, but I would submit they have a process in the United States that, while potentially time consuming, I'm sure there's a part of it you could do online. You could probably upload a PDF of your wedding thing to you think
Well, okay, so I will tell you right now, at USD, right, the university, and at every other university, many students come in and they don't particularly like the email the system generates for them. So they want to change it. And then when they get married, they're like, great, this is my opportunity to change my Steve Glove or whatever, because it's his Steve Glover or whatever, right? And for them to do that, they have to prove to us that they have and it was, HR was like, we are not in charge of this. We're not going to take, so we had to basically make a form where you upload your PDF and then we verify it.
That's a closed loop system though. I mean,
it's
not like DMV. So I'm saying Thailand, Chiang Mai says his wife kept her last name, but now use it as a middle name and his last name. Yeah. And like I said, Jip professionally is like her real name's Titipon Chanawangsa.
Chanawangsa, okay.
And, mouthful of a name.
Well, yes, for us.
And
even Smith is difficult for US.
Even for Thais.
Really?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so now, like I said, professionally, she just goes by Jim Bloom. It's just easier and it makes sense. Whereas, like, it makes more sense than just filling everything out. So if she signs paperwork, she signs her real name. Professionally, her business card, everything she hands out, just Jim Bloom.
Is Bluin funny to the Thais the way titty porn is potentially funny to us Americans?
No. So here's the thing. Like my last name, Bluin, is easier for Thai. A Thai has never mispronounced my last name.
True.
In America, my last name gets mispronounced all the time.
Blauen?
Yeah. Blauen, blowing, blown, blonde.
You ever come up to a girl come up to you and say, are you blowing? You're like, no, but you are. Kadoosh, up top. Come on, dude. I was so 7 years old right then. You got to acknowledge me.
Yeah, you were. Forget about it. So square root of 69.
It is 8 something. As it turns out, it's 8 something. Yes.
So my first name though, always a problem in Thailand. Dana.
Right. Yeah. Well, mine is Mai. They think my first name is No.
Yeah. So Dana. No. But then now I'm just like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Sure.
Fine. Whatever.
Right. Well, no, you go by P.
Pimi.
Pimi, yeah.
But it's only for like only your Thai friends know that, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
Like someone sees my name and have to call me like Dana.
Mm-hmm.
But I think of it like this, right? If your name is Margaret, or you're Margaret, right? Or Margot, and then in French it'd be like Margot.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so it's the same thing, right? It's just like a different pronunciation in a different language of the same name. So Dana, as far as I'm concerned, is the same as Dana.
Yeah, right.
And I
like Dana really Plaza, for example, where I like to go all the time.
Dana Plaza.
Yeah. So what did she say? Something about her last name?
I won't be legally married if I won't change my last name in Philippines. If I won't register in Philippines as I'm married, I still can marry anyone in Philippines. So I have 2 husbands.
Yeah, good luck with that. That's a little bit high maintenance. You think I'm high maintenance? Yeah, grab another one.
Yeah, 2 mics. Yeah, if I change my last name Okot would be automatically my middle name. That's weird. So do you have a middle name now, Gracie?
Yeah, she does. It's her mother's maiden name. That's not uncommon in the U.S. as well, right?
I think middle names are the most ridiculous thing.
I have 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think they're ridiculous? Or?
No, not at all. I think my name is fucking awesome.
Well, what are your 3 middle names?
Michael, Bruce, John, Lamont, Somerville.
John Lamont. Bruce
John Lamont, yeah. And it varies. Like one of them is, my uncle, right? And then my dad's middle names, my parents have 4 names. I have 5.
I just think it's weird to have have an extra name that means nothing.
Oh, mine means a lot. That's my point.
But I mean, so then I get to Thailand, right? And I think mine's my uncle's name, right? Or like my grandfather's name as well.
Yeah, but meaning
it doesn't mean anything legally. Like I don't use it. Like I don't really.
Oh, really? You don't?
Dana Thomas Blue? No, never.
It's not like on your ID?
No.
You don't have a middle name on your ID?
On my ID, I do.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But now because of that, they forced me to include it in everything I do in Thailand. It's my legal name.
Yeah, that's not a challenge for me.
It's just silly to me. So, if I ever when I have to redo my passport at some point, I was like, I'll change my name and just legally remove my middle name. That way it's just easy, because especially like if I'm waiting somewhere, they'll call like
Thomas, John,
Thomas Bluen. I'm like, no, it's not me.
No, I get, I for some reason,
or Thomas Dana.
I get they call me just by my middle name sometimes on my passport. I guess the way it's printed, it looks like it's the first name or something. But
Patrick sometimes have a hard time with him. He's got the R's in the first and last
name. Or a kind of a hard, consonant, right?
Yeah.
Like Mike. You can't say Mike.
But yeah, the whole like I always thought like I'll just remove it, but now that I have like IDs and stuff in Thailand, like licenses, if I were to change my name legally, then all my bank accounts would be void.
Oh, dude, I can't even imagine. Gargantuan pain in the ass.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay,
no, it's just a lot easier.
Yeah.
Gracie doesn't have a Thai bank account. I don't know if she'll ever bother getting one, really. But yeah, so I mean, what I do want to do, actually, one of the first things we're going to do is we're going to go over to meet Earth.
Yeah.
And
get her some gay Earth shirt.
Well, yeah, I want him to make her a wedding gown that is just like all over the place.
A gay Earth wedding gown?
Absolutely. Because one of his shirts, he took like one of these and then he added like about another 2 feet of white, like this thing. Okay. He added like this for a woman's, and she like wears the shirt as a dress.
Okay. Is that the plan?
And well, I mean, it's one of them. I don't know. Because my mom, right? So my mother has already told me that she has a special size frame that she's been holding. She tells me she knows exactly the size of the picture that she needs to put in this frame for when we get married for the picture that we're gonna take.
You're like, Mom, how quaint, a physical photo.
And I know, right? And so I thought, okay, well, we're gonna go somewhere just to take basically that picture. Like, I'm not gonna take a picture of us in front of the Ampua, while they're friggin' motorbike taxi drivers and give that to my mom. Not for my mom, no, of course not.
Gracie gets on the bike of a motorcycle win.
Yeah, and I start basically holding up bananas.
Yeah,
there's jackfruit.
Yeah. Best wedding photo ever.
I actually envision a picture that we're on a beach, shocker. Yeah. And I'm thinking like maybe that little isthmus island there, Koma in Koh Phangan, where because I can get a bungalow for 600 baht, right? Yeah. Which was funny because friggin' Chris was like right down the street from there. Yeah. And he paid like 5,000 baht. I mean, it was a nicer.
It was a resort, though.
Yeah, it was a full-on resort, right? But and then of course he walks over to Koma. Yeah. Look at the best sunset ever. Like, yeah, you know what that sunset cost, sport? Yeah. 600 baht, baby.
Yeah, for sand, but steps into the sand.
Yeah, right? And so I can like see like maybe a camera like with us, and then that in the background. And you know how they like blur the background? I don't even know what that's called. Like a weird depth. Bokeh. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna go over to Boca Raton, and we're basically gonna double click on that for our wedding photo. But I also told so when we finally get together on Friday, thank God it's only 6 days away. We will have been apart 378 days.
Yeah.
You want to talk about not in the fucking plan.
Yeah.
Dude.
Well, I remember she went back because she didn't think she was going to be able to get back, right?
So, yeah, there was weirdness, of course, because, again, a year ago today, I mean, everything was freaking exploding.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And so she went home because they were like, look, if you come, you can come back as a Filipino citizen, but you're going to have to stay in Manila. Who the fuck wants to stay in Manila?
Yeah, not too right. Not even people who live there.
She stayed there almost 3 weeks before she got on her plane. I mean, the amount of time, and that's what I love. People are like, "Oh yeah, the 14-day quarantine. It's only going to be 7 days. That's going to be so much better." Dude, the time in the hotel, while boring, is not the fucking challenge.
No,
the paperwork necessary to get on the plane,
the nose swabs.
Yeah, because I mean, she lands. I think I told you, right? You get the notification. You sign up for like flight alert or whatever. Yeah. So the plane lands, like physically. It's not even at the gate. Physically lands. I get the email 30 minutes later. She sends me a message from the van. I'm on my way to the quarantine hotel. She got through all of the checks that they normally never do, and immigration, and got her bags, and was escorted to her van 30 minutes from the time the plane shut down. Thailand has their shit together, dude. Big time.
Real quick, so Patrick asked what's coming up for Idea Studio, because I talked about so I've got so I have a video coming out tomorrow or tonight where I talk about like some of those things, but I'll touch real quick. Josh and I are working on a video together that we're going to film over this month, and I'll edit it up. Basically just activity level related, something that we've been kind of talking about, and it's kind of fun to just fucking like collab back and forth to Cleveland and here and like record shit.
And you've known him for
like 12 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say over 10.
God, more than that, 15 years. Ooh. So then we're working on something there. Then I've got a few other projects in the pipe like coming down. But for the foreseeable future, there'll still be daily videos on Idea Studio. And then I'll be doing a few more. I'm filming a video, like a studio tour, and putting that together where I'll talk about downstairs.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll put one together of up here and like how we do the podcast as well. And so just splicing some different things together now, but you're
not going to let on that we're not wearing pants, right?
No one has to know.
Anything below the desk.
No one will ever know.
Got it. Up top.
My man.
Giggity.
Yeah. You don't even want to know what these suspenders connect to. And so yeah, lots of.
Why do you think he's in such a good mood?
Lots of new stuff in the works for that. So I talk a little bit about that tomorrow. But yeah, and then I have a big project plan for after the thing with Josh and I. We'll talk about that tomorrow as well. But that's like it's gonna be planned out like really well, and I guess see how the weather goes because it'll be kind of weather related.
So I mean, not to be negative, Nancy, but does this mean you're gonna have like fucking Christmas lights all over your goddamn house every December like that fucking guy?
No, God,
Jesus Christ.
Josh goes all out. He's probably.
I think it's awesome.
He's planning right now for December. I guarantee it.
Oh yeah, because all the lights are literally 99 cents for a string of 1,000 right now.
He doesn't pay 99 cents for anything. He waits for the penny.
Good for him. Up top to Josh.
I tagged him in a post on Forbes. Posted something the other day that the good times are coming to an end for Dollar General, and so I tagged Josh in that post on Twitter.
How do they? What was it? Just I mean, I know that you want to talk about the tagging, but
they're saying like they're saying that because the pandemic's coming to an end, people got their stimulus money. They're no longer interested in penny items. I was like, people will always be interested.
Yeah, no, my Ollie's stock is way up too.
So yeah, Patrick, just more craft videos. Jib graduates school, or not graduate, but finishes school in a couple weeks.
Okay, I was going to ask you that because I literally was getting ready to send a message to her because we were talking about something, and I'm like, you guys have to join Gracie and I at like a bungalow for a week or something like this, and I didn't send it because in my mind I'm like, well, she's just going to be in school and she'll never be able to. She gets up and then what? Like just time?
She'll just be working on her final project still, but she won't be in school.
And so what is that? Like, is that about a month commitment or is it a whole year?
No, not a whole year, but it'll be more than a month for sure. But it's like she won't be constrained to being at school every day after the 8th. That's the thing.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, she has this big masterpiece she has to finish that incorporates all the style she's learned.
Right. Yeah. That's great. That's awesome. Now, this is a master's?
No.
How does it work?
It's like so it's not a master's. It's like it's a very specific skill program at the Royal Academy.
On embroidery,
Thai style, traditional Thai embroidery.
Okay.
So they teach at that school traditional Thai embroidery, traditional Thai culinary arts.
Oh.
Traditional Thai flower something.
Okay. Horticulture, whatever that is.
No, like putting flowers into arrangements.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Florist.
No, like
is it sponsored by FTD?
It's paid for by one of the princesses.
Nice. Very good. Big fan.
It's the way they put like those ornate Thai arrangements of flowers, like the people who do that crazy.
Nice.
And the only restriction is for the cooking class. You have to be a certain age. Like there's a maximum age for the cooking.
Oh, okay, got it.
They're like on their feet all day and like
I bet
unair conditioned kitchens.
Well, Jib's like on her friggin' like crossing her legs all day or something, right?
Yeah, they sit on. So I bought Jib a pad because they're like, oh, you can bring a pad in from outside to sit on. And I got her one from not IKEA, Muji.
Okay.
That ratchets up into a chair.
Oh, see, she has back support.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so I got her that, and then everyone in her class went to Muji and bought the same thing.
Yeah.
They're like, oh fuck yeah.
Those exist?
Yeah. It's
right.
So it's like this little Japanese seat that ratchets up. You can sit in that, and she's just like,
that must be helpful.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to get one of those. Bring it with me on the BTS.
Yeah.
Chicks dig it, I hear. Be good.
I tell you, I love the standing section on the beat. If you guys, for those of you who haven't been in Bangkok for a while, the new standing sections on the BTS are phenomenal.
I like them. It's the bar's a little too low for me.
The thing is, if you can get the window section, like where you can lean into the window, perfect.
Yeah.
But what I love is it allows more people to fit in a section comfortably.
Yeah. Agreed.
As opposed to rush hour, if there's 2 rows of seats and people are nuts to butts in the middle.
Yeah.
But if there's 1 row of seats and 1 row of standing, fit way more people comfortably. If there's 2 rows of standing, you can pretty much double the capacity.
You know what I found? Here's a great tip, by the way, to get people to get out of the seat so you can actually sit down in front of them. When you're standing in front of them, wear a mask right in front of like your fly and just like put it like this because they're looking straight at that. And they see that mask.
So I saw 2 Western chicks on the train the other day, no mask, on the BTS.
How the fuck did they let him in?
No, they took them off on the train.
Come on.
So like, did
you smack them?
I was like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we don't wear our mask on the train. It's everyone else wearing. Why should we?
Go back home.
I was like, bitches, get off the fucking train.
Fuck yes, up top, guy.
I'm like, look, there's fucking everyone else here wearing a mask. Don't be a fucking cunt.
Basically.
And the girl's like, oh, don't be mad. One of the girls says to me, don't be mad because we're beautiful. and we want to show it off. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Let me guess, she was overweight.
No, they're actually both really hot, but that's besides the entitled bitches.
Yeah.
And literally masks off. One had it completely off. One pulled it down under a thing, and they were having a conversation. And so I was so this is what I was like super sweaty because I'd been out filming all day.
Rub yourself against them.
So the woman who was sitting next to them got up and like got off, and we started to argue. So I sat right down next to them, like, and make sure like slide them up a bit. Literally, so like my shirt was like 5 shades. It was oversaturated. The water was just beating up on the outside. This is how sweaty I was.
You do sweat, yeah. So I can imagine this time of year.
Yeah, and this is after I had walked like 15,000 steps that day.
That a boy.
Good job. So I get down right next to her. I make sure I get the. I'm like, you should be wearing your mask like everyone else. And this old Thai lady who's sitting right across from me, as I sit down, she's like,
yeah. I mean, look, it's just disrespectful. Honestly,
this girl has like a river running down her arm of my sweat, right? And then they get up like, oh my god, you're so disgusting, you fat fuck, and they walk off. I'm like, thank you, don't forget to put your mask on.
Because, dude, I mean, honestly, that's the equivalent, as far as I'm concerned, as a woman walking into a temple here with friggin' like a bikini bottom
shorts. Yeah, same thing.
Just not. You don't do that, dude. You do it. Friggin' go for it in Southern California, but not here.
It's not how you roll. So Dorman has a good question. He says, "I don't understand. Like, what the 26th was so many days. Shouldn't she be at the 25th?"
No.
Okay, easy enough. No.
Here's the short answer. So if you do ASQ. Okay, if you do the state quarantine, it is 14 days.
Okay.
If you 14 nights. If you do ASQ, it is 15 nights. And the first one basically does not count. And so that's why he pinged me on this the other day. I'm like, I'm not going to, trust me, I'm quite certain that she's not staying an extra night away from me.
Yeah. Mike will break those doors down.
But she asked them because I was like, I couldn't remember why. And then the woman said, oh, no. If you go to the state thing, but if you go to ASQ, then it's 15 nights.
Tim asked, is school the same in Thailand as America? The simple answer, no. Public school, definitely not. International school's closer, but they do something here called International Baccalaureate for high school and stuff, which is very
common in Europe. And
it's very we don't do that in the US.
No, it's like a giant exam you basically take, kind of thing.
Yeah, so I actually met a guy once. He's like, no, it's very popular in America. I'm like, yeah, trust me, dude, it's not. I've never heard of it. He's a British kid. He's like, no, it is. Trust me. I was like, trust me.
What is he? I love when people do that.
This is like 5 years ago. He's like, trust me, it is. I'm like, no, trust me.
Where's he from?
England.
He was like a douchebag.
Yeah, I was like, no, dude. He's like, no, it's very popular.
You are so from America.
Yeah.
I mean, Cleveland, dude, is freaking America.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'd never heard of it. Definitely not. Dorman asked, were they Russians? No, not Russians. They were definitely European though.
Oh, really?
Had like a pseudo-American accent, so maybe like international school kids, or one might have been.
Were they younger?
Yeah, they're like in their 20s. My sweat probably de-aged them like 20 years.
I hope so.
Miracle drug.
I don't care who it is. I mean, here's the thing. Just so we would have had the same reaction to men.
One tutorial. What's going on, man? Actually, I would have been more aggressive with it. Put your fucking mask on now.
Smack you.
Yeah,
absolutely. Up top. Totally. You would have turned it up to 11. You would have turned it up to Mike's. Yeah, like on a scale of 1 to Mike's.
Yeah.
You would have just like flopped it on
11's the midpoint.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
What's going on, One Tutorial, man? Hey, dude, One Tutorial tweets all my videos or retweets me, so thank you so much.
Hey, nice, dude. That's awesome.
Patrick says, once I went to Thai, I said bye to Western women.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude. It's I mean, from an attractive standpoint, I mean, I would argue Thai women are too attractive.
There's no such thing. It's like I have too much money.
Yeah.
No, they're not too.
It's a problem. Hey, Biggie said, more money, more problems.
And he's how old right now? Oh, wait.
Oh, One Tutorial says Thai pupils are generally more obedient. You know what, man? I at university, so I teach at Chula right now. University level, it depends like where you're at. I've taught at other schools where students were not as good. I will say that my students from Chula and when I taught at King Mongkut in Lakrabang, they're phenomenal students. Like it's not just obedience; they were just
respectful,
top quality students all around.
Yeah.
But when I first got here, I was teaching this weird like IT/English class at a vocational school,
right?
and 2 students got into a fight outside my classroom, like a fist fight.
You just grab them by the neck and throw them.
That's exactly what I did, actually. I walked outside, and like you could hear them banging against the window in my class. So I walked outside, and they're like fist fighting, like high school kids fist fight, right?
Sure.
Like 90% of punches miss, and then they're basically holding each
flopping each other. Yeah.
So I just grabbed both of them by the backs and pulled them apart. And I was like, "You go this way, and you go that way." And I just threw them apart. And one of the other teachers came over to me, and she's like, "Oh, you shouldn't have broken that up."
Yeah,
you
know what?
She's like, just let them fight, because maybe they try to fight you later. I'm like, did you just see?
What, do they both weigh 80 kilos?
Not even, like 30 kilos each.
Come
like,
on.
I was like, it's not going to be a punch. No, these students can be dangerous. I'm like, they were fighting. I stopped it. It's all good.
Yeah.
And so then the principal of the school's like, just if students fight, please just let them fight. I'm not going to let 2 people fight.
That's totally inappropriate, man. You got to like, part of teaching these kids is subject matter, but it's also like how to be a friggin' adult, man.
But also, it's level of schools, that you're at. Like I said, I like my students to push back. And like, intellectually, and so not physically, of course. I ain't either one, but it's fine.
Yeah,
but I always challenge my students, like, hey, if you can prove me wrong during the semester,
that's what science is.
Automatic A.
Proving shit wrong.
Yeah, I mean, that's you prove me wrong during the semester. You find something I fucked up on, automatic A. If you bring it to me and show me, good to go.
So I worked, obviously, but also was lecturing at USD, which is ridiculously expensive, and the quality of student there actually is pretty awesome. The average GPA is 4.0, which is amazing. I didn't realize there was anything higher, and but the students are excellent, and they have a lot of means. I also lectured at University of Phoenix, and you probably have heard of that factory. Right, basically.
It is a factory.
Yeah, and it is.
Hey, Richard Martin, how's it going? We got Hugh here as well.
Hey, buddy. It's expensive and as far as like what they give, but the students there were not. They were respectful, but they were also, there's like a little bit of chatter. Like I do remember one time there were like people like talking or whatever, and I just like I'm like right in the middle. I just literally just walked right into like between them in the class, and I'm like, okay, so here's the deal. This is college. Yeah. Like, if you don't want to be here,
you can leave.
Get the fuck out of my classroom because there is no gun to your head to be successful. But if you want to be a loser, leave now. Yeah. I guarantee you, you stay in this class, you'll be smarter when you leave.
Yeah.
Then I whip my
different class.
Yeah, different. Yeah, sex ed. Yeah.
So Patrick asks, is Chula the best school in Thailand or the competitive universities on the province? So it's not number 1 overall in Thailand.
Well, again,
number 3.
That's like saying, okay, yeah, you can say Harvard's the best. Well, there are schools in a university, right? And in other words,
they rank differently.
Like the law school at USD is much better than the law school at UCSD.
Yeah,
UCSD is a significantly better university overall, though.
Yeah,
right. So
Chula, like overall as university ranks go in Thailand, it's number 3. Mahidol is number 1.
It's academically.
Academically.
But as far as like panache.
Oh yeah, Chula, like it'd be it would reputationally wise, it'd be the Harvard in Thailand.
Yeah,
for sure.
What about Assumption? Is that just like basically the USD? Like it's expensive, but academically it's not epic?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, it's an expensive school that
you'll graduate, obviously.
If you pay your tuition, you'll graduate. Yeah, and you'll get a degree. And it's not.
And people will be like, "Oh, you went to Assumption." Yeah. Like they won't be like, "Oh man, you went to like what's this?" I don't know. I'm sure there's
Stanford.
That's hilarious. And when I first saw that, I'm like, it's a genius move.
It is
because they can't pronounce the goddamn thing correctly anyway.
And most people see it, and the logo is so
close.
My
yes,
the colors, But yeah, so it's not Assumption's not that. But it's not one of the it's not one of the top universities here. Whereas like Chula, Mahidol, and Chiang Mai, King Mong Kut, those would be the top.
What's the one that's got the really well respected like sort of entrepreneurial program? Is that Chula?
Chula, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was looking into that. It's pretty interesting because I wanted to bring the Amazon cloud basically teaching bucket of stuff to them. And they had just started on it, and it was about a year and a half before I finally moved here. So bad timing. But
Pak and Fa teaching the Thai entrepreneurship program.
Oh, do they? Nice. Yeah. So the whole language is in Thai. You learn. Okay, very nice. Yeah. Good for them.
Yeah, I mean it's funny because Pak talks about he's more comfortable to teach these things in English.
Yeah.
Like last time I talked to him because all of it is in English when you learn to be an entrepreneur.
Right.
But I mean, teaching it in Thai helps get the concepts out there. I mean,
sure. No, exactly.
It's the primary language here, so it makes sense.
I'm sure when they do pitching with the PowerPoint, they probably say, "Well, you got to kind of do this in English, dude, if you." Because I mean, that's actually how I met them.
You want investor money, yeah. Well, I mean, so they both lived in America, though, right? So they have the advantage of like having lived there for 6-7 years.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, they can make jokes in English, right? Cody is double clicking. We got to. What do you make? Like 19 comments for Christ's sake?
All over here today. So that experience with a girl like you're describing in November 2018 on a boat trip in Koh Samui. She was totally full of herself, acting like she was the most beautiful girl. Yeah, right. And then
the beauty of that is a boat trip. You just push her right the fuck off.
Yeah, like maybe in America these girls will be like an 8, right? And then here they're like a 2.
Totally.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's friggin' awesome. I'll never forget. Did I tell you this story? Gracie and I are walking through like a Target in the United States. You know, the average size is like a 10 or an 11. And Gracie's like, where? Oh my God. These people are huge.
This is because she wasn't even the most beautiful girl on the boat. She got all needy when a bigger boat pulled up. She wanted to do that one. Thai guy said, "You want a boat with the Chinese tourist?" That's great. Yeah, no, it's funny. Like again, like I would say, like the average girl in Thailand just so much more attractive than. Like not every West woman, but like in general, like just on average, the average is higher here.
Yeah, and again, it depends where you are. I mean, I lived in St. Louis, and you lived, in Cleveland, so I know like what corn-fed women look like versus rice-fed.
Yeah,
and the other thing too,
in Cleveland, they're pierogi fed.
Yeah, exactly. Italian beef or something from Chi-Town. But like, I mean, Southern California, I mean, yeah, there's some fairly attractive women, right?
Yeah.
Arizona, like if you ever go to Arizona State University, holy God, it's like you have to be attractive to go there. So yeah, I mean, it depends where you are. But Boston, I mean, Jesus Christ, all the girls are like, well, the next 9 months I can basically cover my gut in this like wool sweater, so I'm good.
Token no one says ABAC had all the dumb high school girls, if I remember correctly. I think you do remember correctly, Token.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate, right? It's totally...
Yeah. One determines, oh no, it's a sensitive topic.
What's sensitive?
I think it's talking about like if Chula's number 1 or not.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, look.
So Jib,
rankings
who graduated from Chula, like her whole family are Chula.
Oh, there you go. That's nice.
Like that, they're like a legacy family at Chula.
Good.
Their family will argue it's number 1. I think Jib has her master's from Mahidol, so she'll say like, oh, I understand there are rankings, but for Thai people, Chula.
What is the highest ranked global university in Thailand?
Mahidol.
And is it in the top 200?
No. It's like it's in 3.
No,
top 400 is like 3 something. Actually, this year King Mongkut might have passed Mahidol.
So, but they're not in the top 200?
No.
That's too bad.
Not even close.
Yeah. I mean, Singapore is doing well. I worked with some guys from Hong Kong University too. Jesus, they're bright. Holy God.
Here's the problem with Thai universities getting higher rankings. And I think, in my opinion, for someone who's taught at Thai universities, there's schools like ComD, right? The school at Chula, or like the School of Architecture and Design at King Mongkut will do well. And I'm sure they'll rank very high in their programs. But their universities overall will struggle because the level of most undergrad programs, unfortunately, are based on like rote memorization. So SIIT, which is supposed to be an international program, has students that don't even speak English. And they let them get through and like do the bare minimum English work to graduate as an undergrad.
Aren't you like memorizing English? I mean,
that's all they're doing, and just like test taking.
Oh, so dog is
even like for like IT tests, it's just multiple choice, right?
Wow.
So like if
you're a good test taker,
like, they'll give you like command line. Like and like what is the appropriate or what's missing in this command line? Check.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember when I was.
There's no like.
There was this. I was teaching at a business school and I assigned an essay.
Right.
And the dean came down. Was like, you can't give essays to the students because they can't do them.
What?
The dean came to meet with me and
Jesus.
said, and actually I failed the student who skipped the final.
I remember you told me this story.
The dean came to me and said, you need to change the student's grade. I was like, this is the grade they earned.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but you can't fail a student. Well, why not? They didn't earn a passing grade.
Yeah.
They didn't earn anything above an F.
Yeah.
Like, no, it will look bad because your distribution curve is off. I'm like, that's not how education's supposed to work.
Yeah.
you don't get put on a distribution curve. You get the grade you earn.
Yeah.
And she's like, you need to change. I was like, I won't. And she's like, well, then we're not going to have you come back and teach us. That's fine.
So absolutely. It's a great indicator.
Yeah.
Get the I'm out of here, dude.
And she's like, you don't want this job? I'm like, I don't need it. And so
not for
I left that meeting not signing the form she wanted me to sign. I'm sure they changed the student's grade.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Of course.
And so the next semester they asked me to come back and teach.
You're
and
shitting
I said, I'm going to decline because you asked me to change the student's grade and you told me that I wouldn't come back.
Right.
And I said, that's fine. And I am perfectly willing to not come back and teach. And like, well, that was a misunderstanding. I was like, I don't think it was.
Was the dean involved in that discussion?
This was the discussion with the dean.
So they had no memory of telling you that?
Oh, no, they completely did. They were trying to tell me I was wrong.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, look, I'll tell you right now. I mean, I know for a fact that there have been similar discussions at University of San Diego.
Yeah.
Where like, student could, well, I'm really going to have to give him a better because your ratings will go. So I was a little offensive, but I would submit it's a lot more rare.
The story from Cody's hilarious. This chick was trying to like run the boat. Say like she was too many people in back, so she went to sit up front. They wouldn't let her. Then she's demanding to know how long between islands.
Wow. She's pretty uncomfortable in her own skin. That must suck being her.
Token, I believe that is still the #1 MBA in Southeast Asia.
Really?
From Sasson, yeah.
Yeah, probably Southeast Asia. Asia's a big place.
Yeah, but I believe the Sasson degree is the #1 MBA in Southeast Asia. That school, like I've been to lectures at Sasson. The lectures they get there are out of this world.
It's like,
and like the programs that they put together are phenomenal.
Like TED Talk type quality.
Yeah,
yeah. Do they have those here, by the way?
Yeah, in Chiang Mai.
Ah, fuck. They don't have them in Bangkok?
No, I don't know why.
Right?
Yeah.
Dude, they should be filling that fucking conference room. What is that thing called?
Oh, you talking about Bitech?
Bitech.
Yeah. Not Impact doesn't count. It's not in Bangkok.
But yeah. But I mean, dude, that Bitech, I was down because I went over. I tried one of these deals, the 24-hour boxes where like Lazada will deliver to that instead of a year. So I just tried the experience. It was stupid. It was a complete waste of time, but it was an educational.
Waste of money?
Well, you don't pay anything, right? Because that's instead of them. Yeah. So I saved 22 baht or whatever. But anyway, so I'm walking past Bitech. And I remember, like, you and I were over there, of course, because we thought there was an event.
Yeah,
you did. I was just there to hang out with you.
You were there to have a coffee.
I was there. Yeah, I was basically to say, you know what?
We had two.
Your wife is incorrect occasionally. And but here's the thing: is like, dude, the square footage they have over there. I mean, that's bigger than the Las Vegas Convention Center.
It's huge.
And I'm like, dude, they should be.
I went to an event there once. They had 3 houses built inside the convention floor.
I mean,
three 2-story houses.
Totally.
Yeah, it was wild.
So, like, when there's not COVID, is there like a conference like every fucking week there, or do they just not? I don't think they use it.
Yeah.
I mean, because I just don't get it.
The other thing, Crystals is saying, is the AWS Certified Solution Architect Associate course worth it? This is for you.
Yes. Is the short answer. But I mean, again, it depends. I mean, if you want to be a chef, no. Yeah. But I mean, if you want to like actually be able to do something with AWS, then
it's probably similar to a Cisco certification.
In my experience, no. The AWS one is significantly more like literally you could take that course and start your own business.
Okay.
Because they're like, okay, here's the pricing model. Here's how you sell it. Here's the culture of AWS, which is obsession with the customer.
So it's not just a technical course.
No, it's not. In fact, one of the questions is like, okay, so like a customer will have S3 buckets and they want to be able to do this, but they want to duplicate their data. What would you give them for a scenario? Now, it's really interesting because it's multiple choice, but the choices they give you are, you have to think. It is an excellent exam.
The not the first level Cisco exams, but the second tier Cisco exams are similar. The multiple choice.
Yeah.
You're just like, the fuck?
Yeah. You're like, every one of them?
Yeah. Like, it's like one little change in the command that will be like, okay, like you have to really spend time per question and be like the CCNA, you just like click, 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 boom, boom.
Yeah.
But the MP exam, like I took the first MP and you're just like,
which is good, right? Because I mean, it has some integrity to it, basically.
But you're just like the level change between NA and MP is like,
well, that's usually what I would hire. NP.
And you're just like, oh All right, let me think about this.
Dilithium, do this. Send me an email, dude, because I have some more discussion around that, if you care. Because I mean, there's a lot more to the world than just AWS.
I love this end of the story here. So the guy eventually lost his shit with this girl. Like, sit the fuck down on the boat. This chick who thought she was too hot.
Good.
For the boat, and then Cody ends up big tip to buy drinks after.
Dude, I would have walked up to her and said, "Tell you what, will you hold this anchor for me? I want to take a picture. Just keep walking back. One more step.
Dude, that's awesome. I mean, look, it's I think one of the nice things now about COVID, if you do, Mike travels a lot. I do not. But
and it's going to start like crazy once the team gets back to full strength.
And I think that probably the best thing right now is that you get out there and there's not a lot of these annoying people on these trips because you're out there.
Here's the other thing too, is that because there's just so few people in general, if someone tries to act like a big shot, everybody knows it. And so it's like the whole herd thing. People are just like, you shut the fuck up, man.
So Mr. Mitch just got he's been on the stream since the beginning, right? He just got the notification that it started. That's strange. I scheduled this yesterday. Like
last night.
Actually, before last night. It's like early yesterday.
Oh, okay.
And I made sure that it was scheduled because I know I've been having it. 3 weeks ago, it wasn't scheduled. It was scheduled and it didn't get notifications. And then last week, I ended up being sick anyway, but I forgot to schedule it.
Yeah, so that worked out well. But look, I've been discussing this on live streams for at least a year. People don't get notified.
Well, here, what is it about Thai food that does not make you fat? I still can't figure it out.
Spices, I would say.
If it's something about Thai food that doesn't make you fat, I haven't found it out because I'm still fat. And I eat a lot of Thai food. It's probably the non-Thai food I eat that makes me fat.
Well, the other thing, too, is we eat a lot. Like, as Westerners, we consume a lot of, whereas Gracie just does not. She eats little portions throughout the day.
I tell you that I think it's more lifestyle than the food, to be honest. And the Thais don't eat little portions throughout the day. They eat meals, right? And even if Thais go out to eat, they binge on buffet.
Yeah, that's true.
But Jib's probably a bad example because Jib has amazing portion control.
Yeah.
Right. She'll know. She's like, this is it. I'm done.
Same with Gracie.
And I do not. I'm just I
know. Gracie always she comes up, she tops my tongue. She goes, "Oh, extra." Yeah, you're having some extra, some cookies.
But I'll say for the most part, Thai food is, it's very light. And I saw this video the other day. Someone was talking about oh, Asians eat rice. Why are they not fat if they eat so many carbs?
Because they don't eat a fucking kilo.
Well, they also balance the macros of a meal naturally really well.
Yeah.
Right, just the way they eat is all right, this is protein, this is carbs, this is vegetable.
Here's a great example of how the difference is. When Thais, some, not all, but when many of them get more money, they become more affluent, they begin eating at Western restaurants and they get fat. So it's the food that we eat too. So there's that.
So Wonder Tour says average foreign men are also attractive to Thais. I would say I'm definitely proof of that as an average Western man.
Yeah, for sure.
It was definitely it works in my favor.
No, but here's the thing. I mean, dude, you live back in the United States. You had never been to Thailand before, and you were married to a Thai girl.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, my first girlfriend was from Morocco.
Yeah,
she didn't look Caucasian by any means.
That's true. Probably my first serious girlfriend was black chick from Rhode Island.
Yeah, right.
Not Moroccan, but no, I was definitely. I mean, I guess no matter where you're at, everyone has preferences, right? And everyone has, everyone has different desires, different preferences. So
yeah. I mean, some guy it's funny. I'm an ass guy. I'm a butt guy. Or I'm a boob guy.
Here's the other thing, right? Despite the fact there's a lot of expats in Thailand, I would argue that just being a white dude sort of makes you exotic in Asia.
Yeah.
Despite the fact, one, we're all over media, we're everywhere, but in person, there's a ton of us, but there's not so many of us that there are more than Thais, so it makes you an exotic commodity.
Yeah, it's exotic, and then if you're in a bigger city. I mean, you're not as exotic in Bangkok, that's for sure. But I can tell you that the reality is, dude, I've been all over the world, and
if you're a blonde hair, blue eye,
big time,
in shape, attractive dude,
Southern California all day long.
No, but you're here in Thailand. Blonde hair, blue eye, white dude. It doesn't even matter if you speak English, right? You'll be like, I would turn my head and be like, God damn, look
at that guy,
good looking guy.
Jesus,
yeah, he's just gonna stand out. More than Chris says, cheers, beers. He goes, I need cheers.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Oh, what's Richard say? I started a new job last week. Female coworker checking me out. Then I showed a pic of my Thai ex-girlfriend. Talk about taking the wind out of their sails.
I'll bet.
They start to tear.
Isn't that interesting, right?
Yeah.
Like when girls see, like they come up. I'll never forget. I was doing Zoom parties at the Playboy Mansion. So this one girl that's like in my group, she comes up to me and she goes, "Mickey, are you dating?" And I said, "No." I said, "I'm interviewing."
Yeah.
She goes, "Well, I want to be part of the interviews." Right. And I literally did. I was just like, "Well, why?" I said, "You never have given me the time of day." I said, "Is it because I'm like hanging out with these attractive girls now all of a sudden?" And I don't know. I find that a little bit annoying, quite frankly.
Really?
Yeah, they know, like, oh, yeah, well, he's worthy of some cute girl now.
Maybe.
Fuck you. I hate everything about them.
We have a for-profit uni in the Bay Area, Lincoln Uni, where tons of Thai students come over to get their MBA, easy entry, and they get student visa, keep renewing as long as they pay.
Yeah, sure.
So my buddy Kendrick, he's dating a Thai girl from BU who's doing an MBA at BU.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're engaged now. Congrats, Kendrick,
nice.
If you're watching.
Right on.
And so obviously, BU's not like the best school in the world, not even the best school in Boston. But
no, but come on, the best school in Boston. We all know what that's called.
Yeah,
it was the first university in the whole fucking country.
But that's in Cambridge. Come on. But
yeah, I know. You don't think that's Boston? I get it.
Other side of the river, my man. Other side of the river.
I get
People's Republic of Cambridge.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, absolutely.
But but I mean, still like a very good school. But like where my undergrad at in Kansas, Fort Hays, a big school for Chinese students to come to.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it's very affordable, and they would pay cash, right? Because there's no financial aid.
Right.
So they would pay cash, and they get this middle America experience in Kansas, middle of fucking nowhere, in Western Kansas.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I like the coasts.
Oh, Chiang Mai has TED Talks for drop shipping, bro.
Are you shitting me? How can we sign up for those? Wait, maybe Maganj has one.
Yeah.
Do you think he's got the course?
You got a drop shipping course for us, Maganj? Man, you gotta be chomping at the bit to get back to Asia, man. He's been stuck out as long as Gracie's been stuck out, so he's waiting.
I told you, man, 378 days. So therefore, once we get back together for the next 379 days,
not leaving.
It is our honeymoon. Everywhere we go, I'm going to tell the front desk, "Oh yeah, we're on our honeymoon. I want the honeymoon suite, no matter where we go. I want the honeymoon bungalow. I want the honeymoon beach. I want the honeymoon breakfast." Gonna be living the dream, dude. I'm gonna be up to 12. I may turn myself up to 12.
Oh, dangerous.
You'll turn me down to 10, bro.
Yeah, is it down?
Yeah.
The Tokens Assassin program is actually designed by the Kellogg School at Northwestern. Professors do exchange programs to teach there.
Kellogg is at Northwestern?
I thought it was University of Chicago.
We talked about that before, and I was like, I can't remember.
Because
Wharton is at Penn.
Not University of Chicago, Illinois State.
University of Illinois, Chicago?
Illinois, yeah. Because I have a friend who teaches at University of Illinois Business School, and I thought that was Kellogg.
I do want to know that. I mean, it would make sense because it's from the company, right? And so that's their headquarters, isn't it? Chicago.
Yeah. Richard says I think the deal with Thai food is reminiscent with their Thai clock meme, where every 30 minutes they're looking for something to eat. Yeah. I think it's just one, the food is good, right? If you come here, like my first time in Asia, I was just blown away by the flavors and realizing I've never eaten real Thai food before or real Asian food. Like the first time you come here, you're just like, damn.
It's in Evanston, Illinois, so one would argue. Oh, no, there you go. Look at that. Northwestern.
Oh, okay.
I'll be damned.
My man.
I did not know Northwestern was in Illinois.
Yeah, that's in Chicago.
I guess I did. Yeah. No, I guess I did.
I didn't get a notification. Just checked YouTube to see what was happening. And so BS. Really, Mike? No notification either, huh?
Ah, dude, it's just common here's the other thing, too. You got to remember that we've got 350 subs or whatever. And so therefore YouTube's like, well, I'm going to notify some subs.
Yeah. Not a priority. Not a priority. Hughes.
What's our goal with this channel?
Other than world domination?
I mean, that's my default setting, regardless of whether this studio is here.
Yeah, exactly.
Up top.
My man.
Boom. Giggity.
Hugh says a uni here in Arizona got ranked as top 5 party school for good reason, and they spent decades working to lose their reputation.
Yeah, no, trust me. I went to San Diego State University. They had the same reputation.
So I remember when I was undergrad, this is in the 90s, Arizona State was listed in some magazine as
Playboy.
The number 1 party school, and then they were also listed as the top school to get an STD at.
Yeah, maybe.
I think that was by Maxim.
Okay, yeah.
Richard, also Thai food doesn't add sugar to everything, and cheese is expensive. Yeah, so really no dairy here, but
yeah, but they do add sugar to a lot of things.
Yeah, but it's like natural palm sugar though.
Like from the palm of my hand?
Yes, they scrape it off.
That's pretty cool. I mean, I wondered, because there's a lot of chafing there.
Well, there's a lot of flavor in palm sugar, right? So it tastes much.
There's a lot of flavor in my palm.
Much different than like.
Want to lick it? Attaboy. See, we're so close, guys.
Dunkin' Donuts are low fat in Boston.
Yeah,
indeed.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's why they have the handle, the Dunkin' Donut. Do you ever eat the Dunkin' Donut?
I did.
With the little nipple on it?
It's an old fashioned with a handle.
Yeah, I got a handle. Yeah.
I like the old fashioned donut.
Dude, up top. Substitute.
To me, that's like the go-to.
You know what?
I'd rather have an old-fashioned than a glaze.
You know what I love to do when I go back to Boston? Watch a really fat girl eat a cruller. like if she could, one bite. Oh yeah,
the Boston cream cruller.
Just right to the base of that cruller, baby. Absolutely, right down in Nantasket. I go up Nantasket. I park my car and I go over to fucking Dunkin' and I get a cruller. Worcester knows what I'm talking about.
Dana wasn't the old mayor of Providence, a made member of organized crime. Yeah, Buddy was. So here's a crazy Buddy Cianci story. So Buddy was like, he died a few years ago. He was like, I think in his 70s.
Died.
He had cancer.
I laugh at cancer because I have no soul.
So I think he had either cancer or he had a heart attack. He passed away, but he was engaged to a girl I graduated high school with.
So she would be 40.
This was like, she was in her 30s at the time. And so
he was 70 or 60.
I think he was in his 70s, but he was much older and he had health problems and stuff. But I think they met like both she was like a TV or a radio personality. And I think that's how they met. And she had done like reality TV like early on in like the early 2000s.
Which is such an oxymoron.
Yeah. But like I remember she had worked at like a reality TV school in like New York or something, which was weird. Okay. And then, but like this same chick, I remember there was a dude who I was friends with. He like harassed. He got in trouble for harassing her in college, like being like too aggressive. And of course, there's two sides to the story.
Yeah.
So, and like she had worked like a model and a promotion girl. I'd ran into her a few times outside of school, like in like the early 2000s. I hadn't seen her for years, but we were connected on Facebook. And I remember, because I'm still connected to a handful of people from high school. When the local news broke that Buddy Cianci was engaged to her, right? I remember I like sent her a thing like, "Hey, congrats on your engagement," totally. Whatever. Yeah. And a couple of girls who I went to high school with were like posting it, be like, "Oh, this is so gross!" Like,
Jesus Christ!
I'm like, I'll be happy for the girl.
You. Yeah, totally.
Like, who cares?
Let me guess. They recently were on a boat with friggin' Cody.
Probably. But here's the thing, right?
I ride the BTS with no mask.
And I would argue that these were chicks who were like, used to be hot in high school. Used to be his key term here. And this girl was hot in high school. She still was very attractive. She's a, media personality.
There you go.
You have to take care of yourself.
Yeah, right.
Just like us.
Totally. Yeah. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. We
Dude, to keep this weight up, do you know how many donuts I need to eat?
All day. Bagels for days.
I love bagels. Have I ever mentioned that?
Once or twice.
You should do a video on where I eat bagels.
BKK
Your
bagels.
Audience would love to know.
Yeah, and they might be able to find that in one of my previous videos.
That little thing, I heart BKK.
Yeah.
I got a whole idea. I'm going to go up there with spray paint.fm.
But yeah, I just thought it was hilarious that they're like hating on this chick for getting engaged, for meeting someone who was
come on, man.
Special to her.
Think about how many friggin' people back in the United States would absolutely have a visible opinion about me dating Gracie.
Who the fuck cares?
I don't. Yeah. You don't. But guess what, dude?
Like, let other people live their life. I felt bad for this girl because
you and I same page, of course. But
like, obviously, she lives her life in the public eye, right? And then my thinking too was like the Buddy who he got out of prison. He spent a long time in jail for corruption. I think they called it the operation that busted was like Operation Plunder Dome.
Okay.
Is where he got busted for like bribery and corruption. Went to jail, got out, ended up with a radio show.
Yeah, right. Yeah, of course.
Like a political radio show, and still very much like I had friends who ran for like public office, and they would have to go meet with Buddy to get like approval,
kiss his ring
to run for office in Providence.
Right, sure, yeah.
And I remember when I was a technician, I was doing cable. He used to live in the Westin Hotel in Providence. He was a big cigar smoker.
Okay.
Actually, apparently he used to smoke cigarettes and cigars at the same time.
Good man.
He'd have 2 ashtrays.
Way to commit.
And because he couldn't smoke in the hotel, they built him his own roof deck in the hotel.
Oh, there you go. We're smoke outside.
So he had a private elevator go up to the roof.
Very nice.
Go smoke.
Sure.
But so he did like 10 plus years in prison, gets out, gets a radio show. And my thinking was, this girl who I went to school with, she lived in the public eye because she was, I think at the time she was a sports reporter or something for a news channel. And so I think if you're in that space, especially Rhode Island where it's so small,
like pretty small market,
you're like everyone knows your shit.
Totally, yes.
Right? It's gonna just be difficult to live like in the public eye like that. So if you meet someone who can resonate with that, right, it's gonna be very easy to build a connection with that.
Yeah,
and you understand like the lack of private life that you're gonna have. Which I think if you got involved with someone who's not in that space, they're always going to be confused by that. Probably.
Yeah, no, it's weird. Yeah,
and so I remember I dated a girl who was like a midday weather broadcaster for like a local, like a 3rd-tier local news station in Rhode Island.
Yeah, right.
And even like we'd be out and people would recognize her. And it would get awkward.
Yeah.
Right. And she was uncomfortable with it.
I went through that. I mean,
she ended up getting out of the news media because of that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it can be a little weird. I will tell you that, I mean, I never experienced it to that level, but I have friends, of course, that are quite visible, and it just bugs them.
Lagange is a drop shipping black belt.
Wow.
5th degree.
That's pretty awesome. Do you think he has a course maybe? Because I mean, here's the thing.
I've spent an online course, Greg.
I've spent thousands learning how to do this. And what I would really like, well, you know what my passion is? To help others. Yeah. I mean, because I've made
billions, trillions,
pretty much trillions, especially in bot. And
Vietnamese dong.
Yeah, I mean that's how I measure it, And
I measure it by centimeters.
Do you really?
It's a much more impressive number than inches.
I try and find a very warm climate when I do it.
Hot
because whatever it takes.
That water in the Gulf, perfect.
And usually if I can like decrease the ambient pressure of the air, it helps.
Big time. Dr. B, what's going on, man? How's work out there in the Wisconsin? So I said the Chinese government pays the cash for the education, and I'm sure they do for most of them.
They also pay for free shipping.
I dated a girl from Hong Kong who obviously government didn't pay for her, but she went to undergrad in the U.S.
We had a lot of rich kids going to school from.
So Richard, is that actually Buddy's first name? I never knew his first name, Vincent Albert Buddy Cianci, but yeah, Buddy. We are the Prince of Providence.
See, that's the thing. He's got 4 names. He's he's basically as cool as I am.
Yeah, I remember.
That's why I spent time in prison.
I used to see him at some of the Italian restaurants over on Federal Hill.
That's that hilarious, right? Same with me. I mean, I used to see these like pseudo gangster guys, that were in business, right? Like EMC, of course, is a big, Massachusetts company. And you would see these guys at these Italian restaurants, like this is so fucking stereotypical.
You'd be at dinner on the Hill, and Buddy would walk in and like. No line for him, obviously.
No. He has his own table.
Walk to the kitchen.
Yeah, right.
Talk to the chef. Then get out. They have his own private spot in the corner.
Yeah.
And he would sometimes just show up and eat by himself. With his entourage would sit separately and he'd just eat.
Yeah, it's an interesting growing up in those like older communities, right?
Reminds me of the Seinfeld episode where all Costanza carries a pic of a hot girl and tells everywhere that his dead fiance, and all of a sudden.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, that's true though. I mean, it's so. It's weird.
Very
human. How? Because I mean, I'm here, so obviously we're going to be way behind.
Yeah. Got notification exactly 30 minutes before. Go figure.
Piece of shit. See that I don't get because
porn.
It's just like
porn.
You like that kind?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Because of the crawler.
Here we go. So since he died January 28th, 2016, age 74. So yeah, maybe. So I remember when I sent her a message when he passed away. I was just like, hey, condolences.
Yeah, dude.
And she went silent on social for a while.
Good for her.
And then she popped up again during the last election. I think she's living in Vegas now as a conservative news pundit, Which again, like, I don't know if that's her view or not. She never shared her political views before, but I watched one of her election night things. She's pretty good on the mic. Like they were doing election night, and it was all like they were all remote and they were in different parts of their studio at the last election. And again, I thought views aside, I don't agree with what she was talking about.
Yeah, her presentation skills though. Yeah.
Presentation was top notch. I mean. And I think she was in Vegas or Reno, maybe.
Vegas is Reno's a small market. Vegas is a pretty large market, actually. It's just about the size of San Diego, Phoenix.
Let's look up where she's, because I'm pretty sure we're still connected
to the internet.
No, to me and her. I'm sure her and I are still connected. I don't want to say her name. I mean, if you look up who.
Do you use this anymore?
Facebook?
No, your laptop much. You're using the desktop now, right?
Yeah, for any like editing work, but like sometimes there's my buddy Percy. I just want to see what he posted.
We should spend a great deal of this live stream going through your Facebook. Actually, I think that would add massive value. I'm gonna basically I'm gonna check my LinkedIn, see what's going on over there while you do that. I'm also thinking about what?
I gotta like search my friends is the way this works. But yeah, I just want you could look up who his fiance was and see it. I mean, she's out there, and it was like a big news story when they got engaged. I remember in the most New England post ever. It was like a local website in Providence. It was Buddy Cianci just got engaged to a total smoke show.
Wow, that's an interesting thing. I remember, it's so funny. People are like obsessed about, like the Playboy Mansion and that stuff. And I remember they would this is her. Yeah, she's hot.
Host Take Two, the morning show, or the morning show 2 on TV.
Yeah. I mean, her ratings are based on her physical beauty. Look, I've been in TV for years. That's the way it is.
She's also an intelligent girl. That's the thing.
No, that helps.
Good presentation skills. I'm just trying to see where.
There's plenty of intelligent girls that aren't on TV, though. They're in radio because they're not attractive. Attractive. I mean, girls like attractive girls. I mean, it's just, it's just the way it is.
Let's see. The morning show, a lighthearted talk show covering news, sports, and much more.
Man caught on camera burglarizing home. She's adding massive value globally. Good for her.
I'm trying to see what I'm just trying to see where, though.
They're using the Ring camera.
What the market is.
It doesn't say where she is.
Las Vegas.
Yeah. It's top 50. But I don't know what.
Oh no, it's Las Vegas, then
Laughlin,
Nevada, Mojave County, Arizona.
That's shit. Laughlin is nothing.
Yeah, so.
But if she's doing Vegas, that's a good market.
Oh, here we go. TV2 KLBC.
Oh, TV. Okay, so it's HD basically. Second.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
it's like
Gotcha.
That's all right. I mean, hey, look, they do it for yes, they do it for the money. I mean, they're doing it as a job to earn money, but why is it so slow? The way your browser, that was weird.
Yeah, I think I've got some updates I got to install. It's been a minute.
A minute. I don't get that. I don't understand.
Yeah, you caught it. Yeah. So Waddy Carp from Cox Communications alum. Hey, Ron John, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Ron John Cox?
So we used to work together, and I saw his comment on Chris's video. We worked together in Cleveland, in Palmer, Ohio.
Was it Pissa?
Nah, Palmer's not quite as Pissa.
Yeah, I get it. That's cool, yeah. What time we at? Oh, wow, 10:10. It feels like we've been doing this for at least an hour.
Yeah, 107, though.
Crazy.
That's 7 minutes going
by. That is nonstop.
Hey, Rama, how are things out in Ohio? You still working? Oh, no, alum, obviously Cox alum, but you still living out in Ohio? Or you somewhere else now, Ron? He had posted that he was trying to come out to Thailand, then the situation happened.
COVID. I can't wait till our advertisers see COVID.
Yeah, I imagine I think it's funny. Like I think CB Chad does a good job of joking about the situation. He'll say COVID.
Oh, he's very cynical.
And
he's great.
He's like, oh, I meant to say the situation. I can't say COVID.
Yeah, exactly.
But some people take it really seriously.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that there is enough data out there to convince some people that are on YouTube that there are certain ways to do things, and if you do not do it that way, you will not make money. And some people do this as a job. I'm actually pissed that I made money last year. I was telling you about that because it goes against my fuck.
So here's the thing: global pandemic, COVID, right? It's a real thing. You can talk about it.
Yeah.
And look, if someone doesn't want to advertise because you said COVID, probably not the best match for you anyway.
Well, again, you know, that's the thing, right? Is a lot of people, they're doing this and they don't really care who the advert. Well, first of all, you don't get to choose.
You don't get. So you can have like there's a whole MCN thing that you can choose and like you can negotiate, but for the most part, you don't get to choose. But,
I mean, this is
YouTube is also very strict about who they're putting on now.
Yeah, sure, and you know, they did that because they were basically giving away too much money at the beginning of this whole thing.
So I want one tutorial has a great comment. It's like sometimes I don't know if sometimes excellent burning fat, but it's definitely a low cal. It can be a low-cal item if you don't eat tons of sticky rice with it.
It's great at flushing your system as well.
He says satisfaction not guaranteed. That's true. Bad somtum is very bad. Good somtum, but I would say on average, you can find a great somtum shop in every market.
I found great somtum outside of my 7-Eleven.
Dude,
guy's awesome.
I've got a lady, an auntie down the street, does great somtum. Jib and I are working on we did the dragon fruit explained, so our next food video is going to be somtum explained.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
I put a poll up. Everyone voted.
Chop.
Everyone clearly wants somtum over pad thai.
Oh yeah.
So
pad thais.
To me, like in America, you think of Thai. If you've never been to Asia, you think Thai food. You think pad thai.
Yeah.
People barely eat pad thai. Is like a once in a while thing here. It's not a big deal. Somtum is like probably the #1 dish in all of time.
I would argue Thais eat it at least 5 times a week.
Yeah.
Well. 3.
You can like 3 in this somtum puplara, somtum pa, right? All different type of.
There's somtum mics.
Yeah,
kun Mike. You want because they make it without the stupid little shrimp things.
That's like the #1 flavor thing.
Friggin' hate those things. Get those. I say, look at no friggin'
mango somtum, corn somtum,
mango. Well, right now with mango season, dude, I'm getting mango shakes.
Sticky rice.
My guy, I got a shake guy. I got a chicken and rice guy. Chicken and rice lady, actually.
Jib's friend is all pissed about pad thai videos. So every time I see a pad thai video, I send it to Jib. She sends it to her friend Fawn, who is like, "That's not pad thai." Right? So,
okay.
In America, apparently, I realize this now after being here. Basically, in America, they treat pad thai as fried noodles with whatever the fuck they want to put in it. And
yeah.
Epicurious does these videos where it's like 4 levels of something, and they did like the 4 levels of pad thai, and it's like 3 chefs, and they have a food scientist review it.
Okay.
And so then, the food scientist is actually the best part of the video, because she breaks down like what the different ingredients do, and like how they're like, oh, you caramelize this, or this gets Maillard reaction, it opens these flavors. And the one that they have the most, she's hilarious. But the pad thai one, like the top level chef made the furthest thing from pad thai.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think he was a Filipino actually. And he's one of my favorite chefs on there. But Jib was like, you can't put Chinese sausage in pad thai. And then the level 1 chef made like the closest thing.
Right.
Pad thai.
Yeah.
But pad thai is like flavor wise very specific, and then content wise very specific apparently. And in America, they just take it as like random fried noodles with whatever protein you want to add into it. And that's not the case.
I'm trying to think, because I mean, I'll get like pad thai guy, right? And goon, right? But if I can't remember, pad thai, if you just ask for that, isn't there shrimp in it? Is that the default setting for pad thai?
Little mini shrimp.
That's the default. Is the shrimp, the tiny ones.
Egg and tofu, I think, is like the
tofu. That might be the default. Yeah. I don't like tofu. I have no use for it.
But like that's pad thai. So her friend argues that is pad thai. And anything else is fried noodles.
Yeah, with like chicken or sure.
She's like, it doesn't matter if you make it the same as pad thai. The second you add something different, it's not pad thai anymore.
Well, I mean, there are restaurants, certainly in San Diego, Thai restaurants, right? And they basically sell egg rolls.
Yeah,
at a Thai restaurant.
This is
it's just like, dude, that's not
in America, right? I've also had pad thai where they use soy sauce and no fish sauce because Americans
totally
don't eat fish sauce.
No, fish sauce would be weird for Americans. I totally get that.
But that's not a flavor that you would never put soy sauce in pad thai.
No, that'd be weird.
It'd be
tastes gross.
It wouldn't be pad thai.
And I like egg in my pad thai too. I like it when they do that.
Yes, Richard's breaking down Buddy Sancy's marriage career here.
What did dilithium?
Any good videos on drop shipping? So, good question. I think we're gonna make one soon.
We probably should.
Yeah. It's been. I don't even think we've talked about drop shipping in like the last 30 minutes.
Here's the thing: is that what we should, because I mean, let's face it, we've been wildly successful. I mean, I'm just gonna put it out there.
We're not gonna prove it to you guys. We just take our word for it.
Here's the thing. I mean, maybe top line revenue we could talk about.
Yeah.
But I mean,
look, look, it's a lot.
Let's leave profit to the numbers, guys. You know, the bean counters, they're going to care about it.
If your top line revenue is high enough, you don't even need to worry about profit.
The costs are irrelevant.
Come
on, forget about it. Which is why, interestingly enough, I probably spent thousands of dollars learning how to drop ship.
Guys, this is the thing. If you take our course right now, our drop shipping course.
Wait, do we even have any left? I don't think we have any places left. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, it just opened up.
My assistant just sent us a message. I think it just opened up. Wow. 17 spots.
Only for the next 6 minutes, though.
For 47? That's way too low, Dana. Dana, we can't go that low.
Just for 6 minutes. You get 6 minutes, guys.
All right, put 6 minutes on the clock, Hannah. Hannah, put 6 minutes on the clock.
Here's the thing.
$47.
In this class, you will learn
giving it away.
You will learn how to go on AliExpress and find a product.
Don't give it away, Dana.
This is the good stuff. I
All right, you guys, listen. If you're a friend of mine, just close your ears. He is giving you solid gold out of his mouth right now. Dana, Dana.
It is. Listen. I will teach you how to go to AliExpress and
my God.
a product,
dude.
A product that will make you this. I've got to make these millionaires, Mike. I can't hold it in, Mike. This whatever product they find,
the amount of time,
million.
Oh, Dana, come on,
millions.
You can't give it away like that, guy.
I've got to do it. But look, if you want to learn how to optimize that product and turn those millions into billions,
please don't give that away.
Come to the class.
Yeah. I mean, because then they're going to be part of our family.
$1,047.
Even that. I mean, think about what it's worth.
I might as well give it away.
Don't we have a slide? I think we have a slide that says how much that's worth.
I've got a PDF.
Don't you have a slide?
I've got a PDF.
Good job.
My man. Boom.
Yeah. As long as you have a PDF. You know what? I tell you what, if they email us,
if you go to sign up,
we'll give you that free PDF.
You go sign up for my email list right now.
Oh, that would be wise.
Dana's amazeballsdropshipping.com.
Yeah. I will
send you that PDF for free.
You're something else, dude. You're just like giving away this million. I mean, that's got to be worth at least $3,999. I would estimate
easily. Now, look, if you sign up for this one-time class, and you got 4 minutes left,
we're never going to offer this again.
Never. $1,047.
Yeah, I mean,
one-time payment.
Yeah, one-time payment.
$1,047. I will give you the entire set of 10 PDFs that teach you how to go from $0 to $1 billion. Overnight.
Here, I tell you what, let's not tell anyone about this. I think let's get a Facebook group.
Oh yeah, private
Facebook group.
But we should leave it public.
Let's leave it public.
Just tell everyone it's private.
But it's 147. None of this 1,047. 147. Okay. So I tell you what, here's what we did, because we have business meetings all the time. Because that's the only way you can be successful.
I just got off the phone with Warren.
Wait, did we just get a notification? There's only 16.
Oh, 14. God. There's only 14.
Oh, spring break. Whoop, whoop. Oh, my God.
12 spots left, guys. 12 spots left.
Oh, my God. Is there, because, I mean, think about, because we rent a room. I mean, I think we went to the Holiday Inn, for Christ's sake. Holiday Inn. Are you kidding me? Yeah. We're blowing our load.
Hollywood, California. No, Hollywood, Florida.
Yeah, that was the thing, right? Yeah. Because, I mean, it's Hollywood.
Yeah, Hollywood.
You know, I mean, and we had, in fact, I think we gave out black cards.
We've got a pen.
You're gonna let them know this?
No,
no.
You gotta come.
Facebook group. Facebook group. Yeah. Facebook group.
Yeah. Dana and Mike's Amazeballs dropshipping course on Facebook. You find it.
_.com.
Yes. Private public group. Yeah.
How close to true was all of that just now? With the exception of you laughing, because you don't see the truth. Because you don't see the true fucking value. Oh my God. Have you? I have actually gone to some of these.
I went to,
sat in the front row and asked so many questions. It's fucking awesome.
So explain to me why I need this software. The shopping cart, when this is like the mid-2000s.
The buy box. They're like, we got to get you in the buy box.
Like if you sign up for our program, we'll teach you how to be an e-commerce master.
We're glad that you came here tonight for free. In fact, I'm going to give you guys one nugget.
Lunch is on me. Enjoy the sandwiches in the back.
Before you leave tonight, I want you all to sign up for Gmail. Fucking gold. Just lob that open.
Solid.
Are you kidding me? How many people here have a Yahoo address? You know, it's like,
Mike, Dana, lightning question. Favorite cursed video you've watched in the last week?
Cursed? I don't know what that means.
Yeah, favorite cursed video? The pack of wasabi beans.
Wasabi love it.
Favorite cursed video? I don't know what cursed video
is. That okay? Let's say he accidentally mistyped something. If you type CUS
token, that's her. My high school. We graduated high school together. LaSalle Academy, 1997.
Tell you what, there's nothing like a cool and refreshing.
I tell you, she's kept herself in great shape, held up well over the years, more than most who I went to high school with.
Yeah, good for her.
Yeah,
it's good.
Hit the thumbs up, guys. Unlikely but possible. The attention may help with the alerts. We need more.
Dude,
alerts.
How lame is that, though?
Yeah, YouTube hating on us. Yeah. Does it do more life? Absolutely frightened to have any COVID keywords.
Oh yeah, no, and just so you know, I mean, I wasn't specifically speaking about him, but yeah, he is pretty cautious about that. And I honestly, I mean, I don't know whether it is a deal breaker for the YouTube algorithm for money.
I have friends who have very successful channels who talk about COVID all the time.
Yeah, so I don't really know.
No issues. Yeah, now, I mean, I think the issue is that if you're talking about like. If you're giving fake COVID news, like COVID's fake. Okay, that's fair. You'll get flagged.
Yeah, and I suppose one could argue that if you right. Well, yeah, of course. I don't know. It's sorry.
If you're an anti-vaxxer, you should get flagged.
Yeah, I know, right? But that's the thing, right? There's the thing of I get it. I mean, I can understand why he does that. I don't fault him for that. I just disagree with it. I cannot
understand why he does that because if you take a look at what's going on, I mean, it just takes a little bit of the common sense.
Yeah, I get. I mean, I don't know. I don't care about the algorithm, for God's sake. I really wish we would get more people that watch this. But although, to be fair, we're not real consistent with it.
Dave's going out to new house and install. So hey, I saw that I
saw good man
on the live the other day. He was talking about the pump. He's gonna test it in like a barrel of water or something.
That's cool. I love solar, dude. Ever since I knew about it. I love
this house build that Dave is doing.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched. I don't watch many videos. I'm so behind on everyone's.
Love mango and lychee and rambutan's good. Lychee I can do without. Mango, obviously, who doesn't love mango?
Well, because you could drop ship. All right, I won't spoil it.
You just give it away.
Sorry. I did.
We've had this conversation.
Just edit it out,
guys. You didn't hear that.
Okay. How many spots? 6 spots left. Jesus.
4. Oh my
God.
Come
on, up top.
Guys, spots are gone.
Should we sell? Wait.
Spots are gone.
Can you just message her and have her add 10?
Okay.
5 more?
Karen, add 10.
10?
Yeah, we'll do 10.
You want to do 10?
Oh, we're already down to 8. Okay, guys, you got to hurry.
Jesus.
Hurry now. So, actually, mangosteen, one of my favorites.
Really?
Oh, I love it. Sour, really good.
Do they do that song, Du Hast? Is that mangosteen?
I just saw a video on them the other day. Apparently, that band has been together like 30 years.
I mean, it was fucking a Kiss. Jesus Christ!
But I mean, they're like still cranking out like.
They
just had like a #1 hit.
You know who came out with an album this year? Sammy Hagar.
No.
Yes, dude. He did a killer ass cover of "Won't Get Fooled Again." I think.
Samtam Poutine, a mix of the 2 coolest cities on the planet, BKK and Montreal. So Canadian Mike's over here doesn't know what poutine is.
No, I never had it. I still don't even.
They're gonna revoke your passport if the Canadian government hears.
You know why they're not gonna? Because you and I have known each other for 5 years.
At least,
absolutely. You know my hair color.
Met at a cafe. That was what colors? I've never had hair as long as I've known them.
I mean, hey, listen, the Canadians, they can be sly. They can be very
totally a tie guy.
Oh yeah, totally it's just guy. Like, what color is his hair? Well, you mean on his ball sack? You said that, right? Because that would have meant, we obviously knew each other a long time.
Very well.
Yeah.
So Pat I here in the D, they ask how spicy you want it. Wants it. Lost it.
What's the D?
Detroit.
Ah, okay.
So Mike, you would love to. I'll show you photos of it. He's got a light box. He's a professional photographer out in Detroit. There's a lot of auto industry stuff.
Oh, nice.
There's a
shocker
light box the size of this house, and it hangs above. He sent me a photo. It's above like 4 cars in the studio, and just like this really like diffused soft illumination.
See, no shadows, nothing.
Like no bright spots.
Nice.
Like my bald head when I do a live stream from under my LED, I get this big fucking bright spot. Yeah, so
I might want to go there just because of the
D.
bald spot.
How spicy you want it? I don't think Pad Thai's not that spicy here. And they just put like a little thing of spice on the side, like a ground chili.
Yeah. What are they? Is that in fish oil? They usually give, the little packets of...
No. This is that on the packet. They just put like the dried chili on the side.
Oh, yeah.
With some sugar. Just got my $47 worth.
Oh, see, yeah, he got his because you gave it away. Yeah. How are we gonna have a successful business if you just give it away?
Oh, Ron loved the episode on helping the Hill Tribe. Yeah, so we gotta actually. So I'll have Jib follow up now that vaccines are rolling out. I don't know what the schedule is for the Hill Tribe.
So I'm a vaccine fan in general.
Yes.
I am not a fan of the one that's being used here in Thailand.
AstraZeneca.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it's also produced by Siam Pharmaceutical, and the thing's about 65% effective. Now, I'm a Moderna guy, and I'm a little bummed, but I'm quite certain that we're going to be able to get that one. Because I'll tell you right now, Blumengrad, they're going to have a fucking absolute menu of things that you can give them money for.
Marley Marl.
Of course, it sounds about right. See, they get it.
He says, sometime would not exist if Thailand had knocked up papayas from Central America.
Is that where they really? I didn't know that.
So when I was doing the whole thing about dragon fruit, we found out that that's actually Central American, South American fruit as well. It was brought here and cultivated.
Nice.
Jib actually told me when she was a kid they didn't have dragon fruit here.
Really?
Yeah.
That must have been a nice time. I have no use for dragon fruit.
I love it.
Doesn't add value.
Tons of value.
No.
Greatest fruit. Greatest fruit.
Absolutely not.
So good.
Can't even dip it in Diet Coke.
You could. It wouldn't be great.
It would be donut. You know what I want right now? I'm kind of in the mood for a crawler. I don't know why.
A big long one filled with cream.
Yeah, maybe like a velvety cream sauce would be kind of nice to have in my crawler. For some protein, of course.
That was a great doink segment.
We should probably sell that. You know what we'll do is we'll give it away with the PDFs.
Yeah, you get the PDF set.
Yeah, that'd be big.
Trying to be facetious the other day, but Do More Life thought I was a troll.
Oh, really? That's too bad.
Now, I can't get, honestly, like, I know you're his friend, but I can't get through like more than 5 minutes, not more than a minute of one of his videos.
Oh, he's not. I mean, look, it's just, not everybody is for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some people that I know, which I think is bullshit, but they do not listen to Chris because they don't like his voice.
Really?
Yeah, but I mean, he's different, right?
Yeah.
Some people don't like I don't like people that are black. I mean, what the fuck, dude? No, trust me, plenty of people, but it's ridiculous. It's kind of like the same people that are like, oh, I don't approve of that marriage because there's a 20-year delta in them, or 30 years, or 40 years, or whatever. Heaven forbid they're actually in love with each other.
I don't know Jeremy, but yeah, I said I watched some of his videos. I'm just like, it's a bit dry.
Bit dry, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's because see, here's the thing. What I love actually about the fact is that he may not be for me either, but he is for some people.
Yeah,
and that's great.
He's got 28,000 subs.
Yeah, I mean, and again, like I was saying, there are guys that started their YouTube channels. Let's say, for the sake of argument, 3 to 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And they increased in subscribership at the rate that many people did then.
Yeah.
Whereas today, one could argue that the new YouTuber, certainly from Thailand, is CB Media.
Yeah.
Retired working for you. I mean, these guys, Patty Doyle. Is he at like 10,000 already?
At like 10,000, yeah.
But see, he's adding value the way he adds value.
His house tour videos, the ones with Chiang Mai, really good. He went in this baller mansion.
Oh, I think I did see that. Yeah, and then he also went into one that was like $200, $300, something like this. Yeah,
he had a good range.
But did you see the one of his motorcycle?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I
commented, I was like, do you get your brakes checked? Do you got a drum brake on your front?
Drum brake. I know. And so I'm sure there's a lot of people that watch that and they resonate with it.
I was also like, please also get a full face helmet because,
dude, I know.
If you look at the statistics, it's like 89% of the impacts are on the face.
Yeah.
I was like, and look, you don't have a face for radio. You got to take care of the moneymaker.
He does have a pretty good face.
Yeah.
Actually, he's got very clear skin.
You got to take care of the moneymaker, right? So like, don't smash your face up on a bike ride with drum brakes.
But so and his voice, right? I mean, that might bother some people.
I think his voice is hilarious. I love his voice.
It's kind of like.
Did you see the video where they went out for drinks at like all the niche bars?
See, that was okay. So, for example, I watched that. It had nothing to do with him, but I like the age group of those people. Yeah. I'm not. Those are the.
When he has a few in him, he gets his voice is like.
Yeah, no, I get that. It's just, but I was just like, okay, I know that the demo he's going for is not mine because they don't like BKK.FM. So Bangkok.
4,000 testicles.
He's pretty awesome.
So I'm waiting on the Novavax only protein-based vaccine with high efficiency.
What's the one that's here? It's the Chinese one?
Novavax, AstraZeneca.
No, the other one. It's from China.
I thought we just had AstraZeneca.
Somebody sent me.
Waiting for the flu side effects 12 to 24 hours later.
My parents got their second one of what do you call it? Moderna. And
yeah, I agree with Mike. Best vaccine is the one going in your arm.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go to the restroom.
Okay, go ahead.
You wanna come? We could be like girls and go together. Or do you want to text? You texting me? Are you texting me right now?
Jib's messaging me.
Oh my God, that's such a cute little lovey thingy. Yeah. You guys are great. I bet Gracie and I are going to start doing that. Because we're a couple now.
Papaya trees are everywhere in South. Yeah, actually, I ran into a papaya tree the other day on a walk. I was walking down one of the klongs. There's a papaya tree on the side of the klong. I was like, really? What's this? This is like just this big, like random papaya tree. It's like a little farm on the side of the klong. Comments are like the way that the StreamYard scrolls is kind of funny. Let's say Cody, first shot made my arm sore and made me super sleepy for 24 hours. One of my friends got the shot and he same thing. He passed out for like 20 hours and like just like couldn't get up, was super tired. Then after that it was normal again. Second shot, no issues. Yeah, none so far for the second shot. Got it 4 hours ago, so I'm expecting them. Still my mom and supervisor got fever 12 to 24 hours after the second shot. Felt real crappy. Huh. Mangosteen is the best one for What Cody said, sad thing is by the time I close on selling my house and getting the visa to come to Thailand, it'll be 3 months. So I'll still have a 10 to 14 day quarantine. Oh, yeah. So actually, that might change between now and then, though.
Oh, the Delta.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to decrease it. Obviously, the goal is to make it less painful for people to come in here. Thank God. Although I will tell you that. Like I said, the time in the hotel, and again, it's Gracie who's in the hotel, not me. So I am kind of putting words in her mouth. But at the end of the day, yeah, it's boring. But the amount of paperwork necessary, because I mean, it was both of us working on it. Like I had to go to a website. I had to do a whole bunch of stuff. She got to the airport and she was like, oh my God, these girls next to me, they're freaking out because they don't have their declaration. There's a piece of paper that you basically need to print and fill out with like your name and stuff. And all it is you saying, I don't have COVID based on no data other than your word. And you have to have that. And you have to have two different versions of them. One of them, I believe, is a T8. And I had printed all this stuff and I sent her a whole bunch of PDFs. Interestingly enough, I sent her, because I love her so much because now it's all about caring.
Love is PDFs are love.
Yeah. And so she printed all those and she had all those. But man, it was a team effort for sure getting over here.
So Marley Marl says Pfizer BioNTech vaccine seem good, highly effective, not really any side effects. Reported Sinovac only 54%.
Yeah, that was the one I was concerned about.
Didn't they think one in Europe caused blood clotting?
Oh, maybe. I mean, shit, bubble gum can cause blood clotting in like 0.01% of everybody.
Pretty much anything can. Here, China,
unless it's Big League Chew.
From
Joe, yeah.
China's Sinovac.
Yeah, China,
yeah.
And I believe that is the one. But I mean, again, I just, I'll get it when we need to get it, kind of thing.
Favorite is Sputnik. I had 2 hits of Pfizer, no side effects. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm waiting. So I think I should be able to get it probably June, July.
Are you going to get it like the minute you can kind of get it?
As soon as I can get it.
Why?
Put it in me.
I mean,
why not? Even if it's only 64% effective,
right?
64% more effective than 0.
But again, we're in Thailand. There's no COVID here.
Yeah, there will be at some point. There will be at some point.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. I mean, yeah, that's true.
Why would I not get it? Well, what's the value to me to not get it?
None, really.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I just like, I'm not going to, like, for example, though, like when I first started traveling to Asia, I went to Kaiser and they're like, oh, you're going to these countries, you should do this. And I think it was like hepatitis A, or what's the one you get, like if you potentially eat feces, human feces?
Hepatitis B.
So B. Yeah. So you go for the thing, and then like, I don't know, 6 months later or something, you get the second part of the shot. And I did that. And I, honestly, I probably didn't need to do it. I mean, I'm not eating a whole lot of poop. You?
Yeah, not anymore.
Because you don't go to the beach.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. I love poop. So.
Yeah, so Token Nomad's talking about like the channels, like the look at me and hooker bars and patio hour channels is so cliche. So Patty, Chris, CB, Idea Studio, Bangkok Strange. That's the original, the good shit.
The good shit, yeah, absolutely. How do you think we're gonna grow subscribers?
So I think
for Bangkok Strange,
we've been recording the new episodes.
Yeah,
so we've got those banked. I think what I see in our analytics is when we release the pre-records, we get more reach.
So okay, therefore subscribers.
The live streams are, I think, great for us engagement wise. I think our audio downloads way surpass our video views.
Well, right, because the podcast is essentially. I mean, you only started doing YouTube when
you came on.
Yeah.
And so it's just also easier to get. For me, I find it easier to optimize on the iTunes platform and Spotify.
Oh, okay.
Like that optimization is much easier.
With what, keywords?
Yeah, keywords and just getting a target audience.
So how are we doing for downloads then? Like, I mean, does this live stream get downloaded?
No. So I don't put the live streams on audio because we're responding to comments and stuff.
Yeah, that totally. Yeah, I agreed.
And then, so one of the things though, like even though we haven't published a podcast since last year, like we still have pretty good downloads every week.
Okay.
But I would say the funny thing is, from the podcast side, it's very difficult for whatever reason to get conversion over to the YouTube. Even with Dapper Villains, right? I would get really good return back to. I would get good downloads. So some episodes do thousands. Almost no return to the YouTube channel.
So it's just a completely different platform, and
yeah,
I can tell you, I love having YouTube Premium. Because I can start something, put it in my pocket, and it keeps playing. If you don't, then you whereas a podcast, put that in your fucking pocket and you listen to the whole thing. Yeah. So, I mean, I think it's a real bummer. And and again, I don't even know how much YouTube Premium is. It's probably like $1.
It's $2, I think, a month.
And because of that, though, it's like, well, wait, hold on. The internet should be free. I'm not paying extra.
I was talking. So I remember this is back in the day. I was doing a podcast.
Which was a Wednesday, as it turns out, back in the day.
I was talking to I was doing a podcast for an ed tech company in Thailand. And they were one of my clients. I was working with them quite a bit. And I remember when I launched their podcast, it was slow to take off because they were like, oh, you have to do it in English, but you have to focus on like the Thai market. I'm like, you understand that's not how really it works. So you should, if you want to focus on the Thai market, put it in Thai.
You copy that. Yeah.
And so the owner comes like, no, Thai people will listen to English. Like, that's not what the analytics tell me. And so I didn't listen to them. Obviously, I put it out and I, targeted it to English speakers globally, because reach is reach, and
reach around is actually one of those.
Yeah, indeed.
So
that's quite a bit of reach. Like my stubby arms with my wide shoulders, not good for the reach around.
I kind of want a cruller,
like a juicy one, creamy one,
jelly filled.
Jelly.
Yeah.
But I remember one of the other employees. She was like, oh, it's like, for podcasts, you should put on YouTube because Thai people, we don't know about podcasts, but I'll just put my iPad on in the car and watch YouTube videos.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think you speak for all Thai people because the huge amount of downloads in Thailand on iTunes, according to analysts. No. Thai people don't use iTunes. I always thought it was funny that the people who don't understand what you're doing in Thailand will say that their opinion speaks for all Thai people.
If they're Thai?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I could see the belief in that because we're not Thai.
No, but
so therefore
these have been my experiences with, not everyone, but there's a certain group of people who think that if in what I've seen, if they don't understand what you're saying, they'll argue that no, Thai people don't do that because I don't do that. No matter what the data tells you.
I agree, but I also don't think it's related to just to Thai people.
No, it's not exclusive to Thai people.
They used to tell me when I was doing business in Mexico, they'd be like, well, you know what the Mexicans do. And I'm like, I do. Yeah. I live with them.
Also, so apparently, your your quarantine can be reduced to 7 days. But Cody's saying only if your vaccine was in the last 3 months.
Yeah. Right. I mean, again, don't get me wrong. 10 days is better. Yeah. That would be really great. Oh, I didn't.
AstraZeneca was the blood clot COVID vaccine.
Yeah.
from what I read, there was something that said that those people had pre-existing conditions.
How many people are we talking about?
It was,
16
out of 2,000 or something like that.
Okay, so 1%, less than 1%.
Yeah, so not super significant, but there's also apparently the majority of them are over like 60 or something.
And they had no other. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, look, I don't think anything happens to a human body. Just shit. One thing. What? Go. Tell me.
We get to the end of the comments.
Do we have spaces available?
One space left.
Drop shipping
Act now.
3, 2. Nope, it's closed. We're closing it. Sorry.
End of the comments. Like, can you believe that?
I can't actually. Would you like me to talk about more random shit?
When's the last time you got to the end of your comments?
I believe I was at 11 hours 48 minutes. I was all in.
All in.
Yeah. I actually I want to do one of those. We should do one of those. Not necessarily for Actually, we should. You know what we got to do for Bangkok Strange, don't you?
What?
You know.
What? Tell me.
The girls.
Oh, what? Oh, you're. Oh, yeah. No, soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next weekend.
Well, I'm probably going to not share her with a lot of people. I think for the first couple of weeks.
Just do it.
It would be. It's going to be great. I'm not worried about it.
So she gets out Friday, right? Are we doing a show Saturday? Or are you going to be?
I mean,
you're going to be in like gratitude arrest.
Dude, I didn't tear up, but I got emotional when I saw her on that, because you saw the video. It was so grainy. I mean, she was like 200 meters away, and I was just like, this is fucking awesome. And then she said something. I'm sure all of our girlfriends have said to her as at one time, I miss you. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I don't know. I will probably have a gratitude attack that lasts a significant amount of time. There's a part of me that
should we plan on no show next week?
Let's plan on no show next week.
Okay, no show. Mike's going to be in gratitude arrest.
Yeah, I'm going to probably be clenching my heart, as they say. I'm going to be clenching an entire meter of hair, probably is what I'm going to be doing. But what I really want to do is I want to grab her and I want to go to the beach. But, we do need to kind of figure out the whole marriage thing so that a long-term visa can be obtained.
And let me know, Jib and I are down to be your witnesses.
So and if you guys don't know what he means by that, basically, I need, I love support and I love Dana, but I also need a translator.
For the documents, right?
No, that I'll have a service due and then I just pay it. I need like a human at the place, but I don't necessarily want to throw that responsibility at Jib. Office? I believe so. Are you sure?
They just I shouldn't say it
because you had
Jib was there.
That's my point. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's really just signs. The only word she spoke was sign.
Really?
Yeah.
They
put the little yellow thing. Sign,
okay.
Done. And then they ask you, do you want to buy this book for 600 baht to put your certificates in?
Sure, whatever. 600 baht.
Okay, it's better than the envelope.
Copy that.
Yeah. It keeps it safe.
I mean, so I want to do it with you guys.
Yeah, let us know.
I mean, again, obviously it's an emotional attachment, but it would also, I would need assistance from you. And I don't know. I mean, if you're not coming,
so here's I'm trying to think, right? So I mean, either way is fine, but I'm trying to think I'm not sure I know anyone who has gone without a Thai partner to the Umpon to do the marriage, right? So everyone I know who does it, or the non-Thai. I know 2 non-Thai couples who got married here, but the resort they got married at handled everything.
Yeah. So it's like 10,000 baht an hour. Probably,
yeah. They show up at the resort and
white. Lace everywhere, and
then they're like, "Oh yeah, sign these papers.
Give us the money.
Here's your legal tie.
We'll handle
wedding, it. Yeah, type of thing."
I know one of the things that we have to do, even before we show up with you guys to have coffee, is we need to get her to the Philippine embassy. And I guess she needs to do basically what we do at our embassy, which is say, yeah, this is me and this is all my stuff.
And then because it's the Philippines, they'll be like, "Are you sure?"
No, I mean,
my biggest worry before she got on the plane wasn't about any of the Thai stuff because you had all the certificates, but I was my biggest worry is someone from the Philippines and be like, oh no.
Well, I told you what happened when she was trying to leave, right?
Yeah.
They look at her visa that says TR, tourist, in English, and they're saying, no, you need a tourist visa.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, is Alan Funt somewhere with a fucking camera? And he's bringing back the show because I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So Gracie's like, this is ridiculous. I can't get out of my. And then she get, like I said, 30 minutes, bro.
How much? And she has to pay to leave her country.
Yeah, it's like 2,000, like $50, $40.
It's like she's paying to leave her country, and they're like, oh.
I don't know. I mean, again, so there's a buddy of mine who just had a really ridiculous experience in the Philippines. He's going to be coming out with a video soon, but they found he was going to leave to come back to the US, goes and gets a test, positive. So they like yank him out of his hotel at like 1 a.m, put him in a quarantine hotel, but they don't tell him where they're putting him. They're just like, we need to bring you to this different place and you need to pay to stay there. And it wasn't until like the 4th day that they actually let him know what was going on.
Really?
And they're like knocking on the door and then leaving, and they leave food on a chair outside the door. But here, I mean, Gracie, right?
Yeah.
You know, she's treated pretty well. It's friggin' Thailand. But I mean, they gave her the menu about what to order 2 weeks before she shows up. And when I didn't reply within like 24 hours, they're like, oh, sir, you know, can you really, we'd really want to know what you want to have to eat. And then she eats something, doesn't like it, sends them a message, oh, I don't like this. They're like, okay, we'll give you something new.
Yeah.
They bring her friggin' coffee, cream. I mean,
now, could you send her food while she's in there?
No, I can't send her anything, nor can she order anything. Which, honestly, dude, considering that, like, let's face it, every single other person in that hotel with her is not from Thailand.
Yeah.
They're from a country that sucks at basically dealing with this COVID thing. So I'm like, isolate the shit out of her.
Yeah.
I mean,
So she gets to go outside now. Is she by herself outside, or is it?
No, there's I mean, she sees like other couples on the roof.
Yeah.
She says the social distancing is well respected, which I really appreciate. But she said, so there was like a Japanese couple. Yesterday, she said there was like a Muslim couple, and I think she said there's like, you know, Caucasian people and stuff. But it's a full mix. It's not like, oh my God, the Americans are coming back. No,
there's whiteys.
Yeah, damn freaking Kanos.
Phase 3 trial showed Sputnik V COVID-19 vaccine is 91.6% effective.
Cool.
Well,
yeah, great. I mean, look, it's not like they don't figure this stuff out a lot faster now than they did when they in the 60s.
True, right? I mean, technology and science have come a long way.
DNA, Jesus Christ. I mean, come on, man. Why do you think? I mean, think about how long they spent to get to the point where you can get a DNA test for $99 on Ancestry.com.
Swab it.
And it's ridiculously accurate. I mean, come on, dude.
The PI is a train wreck, but that's not surprising. We are thinking of pulling our team out of there and moving it to Taiwan. It sucks because we'll have to lay them off. Damn. Yeah.
I mean, again, I assume you mean by your team, you mean like a call center kind of thing. I will say, dude, here's the thing about the Philippines is the actual citizens that are there are awesome. But their level of leadership at even the smallest level is so bad, and it trickles down so that like the front line workers, their boss has not empowered them to do anything, and they haven't given them the right training. And this starts because you see the leadership in the country and they're just like, no, screw you people. We're not doing this for you. Yeah. I mean, dude, come on, look it. They're the Philippines. Okay. Considering where they are, he should have just walked up and said, all right, United States, I don't give a shit what it takes. We'll give you a goddamn island. Give us money. Yeah. And there's people dying in the Philippines because they seriously cannot work and eat. Damn. You know, and it's just none of this like dying from COVID nonsense. Their economy is decimated. The tax revenue in Cebu went down 85% last August.
Look, it's obvious, like Thai economy, same thing, right? These tourist areas like suffering.
Yes. However, there is a solidarity here because historically, let's face it.
Yeah, I think also Thais have like a grit to them. Like Thai people, like just like one of Jib's friends works for Thai Airways and like couldn't work, right? Thai Airways still paid them something. Yeah. But yeah, she went back home. She started selling like whatever she could. Right?
No, absolutely.
Like, selling food, selling whatever. Drop shipping, right? Doing what you have to do, but making money, right?
I walked down the sidewalk and there's a place that does nails. Yeah. And over the last 3 months, she now sells vegetables in front of the thing. And every day, if it's after 6 p.m., there's like maybe 3 or 4 left. Yeah. People are buying them. Yeah. You know, I went to drop off a package the other day for a Jib at drop ship or
this place called Flash. That
they deliver for me too.
In the shop that I went to, I'm like, this is the most Thai shop ever. They sell baby food,
right?
Pet food.
Yep.
And they have a flash office inside.
That's great.
I'm like, this is the most Thai thing.
That's great.
It's right at the top of the site. It's on the corner.
Did they have those puffed rice things with the drizzle on them too in the plastic bag?
Yeah, on one of the shelves, you can get like little Thai snacks. the most like, it's just like, all right, what works? People are buying baby food, people are buying pet food, and people are shipping stuff. Okay, we'll do it all in one shop.
Why not? Got the real estate, just put it on the shelf.
Yeah. And you know, it like whatever it takes. I mean, there's a grit to the Thai people to make it work. And it has been hard on them, but at the same time, you know, hard times make hard men. Hard times make hard people, right? Like people can get through shit.
Yeah, I mean, what is it? A calm, what is this saying? A calm harbor. Boats love a calm harbor, but that's not what boats are made for.
Yeah.
Isn't that the one? Yeah.
The Duterte owned by China.
And that's, you know, look, I mean, he's close by. I mean, you can't blame the guy.
Yeah. And there's a proximity, right? The South China Sea. I saw this documentary about the Philippine Navy protecting this. They're one ship in the South China Sea. There's a sunken ship on a barrier.
I know.
And they fly. China's like blocking them from supplying this ship.
There is so much. I mean, the U.S., obviously, they're our ally, and we have given them a lot of opportunity.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, as far as us, let's face it, a lot of times we're bullies and we just kick the door in and we say, okay, well, your country needs democracy because we believe that that's the best thing to do. Screw you people. We're going to drop ship our humans into here and then we're going to change how you guys live. And I don't believe we should do that. But as far as the Philippines goes, it works for China. As far as the Philippines goes, we should have just kicked the door in and said, I don't give a shit about your just like back office money. Yeah. You're getting the internet. Because their internet sucks.
Yeah.
And I would submit that there is a direct correlation between shitty internet and uneducated people. What do you think about that?
I don't disagree.
Jesus.
So Lithium Crystal says his Filipino maid loves Duterte.
Oh, okay. So I will tell you too that so does Gracie. And then all the signs were like, my president is Duterte. Now here's the thing. He absolutely did a better job. He did a lot of great things. And I would submit that most of the Filipinas really like him because he basically came out, flopped it on the table and said, any of you guys do drugs in my country? I'm going to fucking kill you. You guys, like, you know, you attack people, you rob people, I'm going to kill you. So Gracie now, who is tiny, that a lot of Filipinos are, she goes on a jeepney, you know, I mean, I'm talking like a year ago after over a year ago. And these guys that would normally like, I mean, they wouldn't necessarily attack her, molest her kind of thing, but there would be a potential of danger for a young woman. No longer. That didn't exist. These guys were seriously afraid that Duterte was going to kill them if they screwed around. And I'm like, good. You know, I mean, look at a lot of the things that he did were absolutely inappropriate, and globally they were, you know, a little bit brutish, and you know, he doesn't have a whole lot of finesse. But, you know, he did a better thing. The problem is that they're so bad at leadership over there.
It's like I said, the people who I've met there, they're not necessarily a fan of his policy or him. But again, like
the results are not bad overall.
No, results speak for themselves. Definitely, one of my friends who has a shop in the red light district says her areas used to be much worse and now is much better.
Well, I'm sure it's empty now, too.
Well, I mean, the drug issue, right? They used to have a lot of drug users, and not the case anymore.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, you got to remember that a lot of people turn to that solution because their life is just like horrible.
Yeah,
it's like if I can numb out. You waiting for a delivery?
Yeah, Jim just said something's coming. We're gonna wrap up soon.
Okay. It's
the 2.
Well, we've only got the 1 slot left.
Guys, 1 slot left on this. You got to sign up now. Get that credit card number in there.
PDF. I mean, think about it. Well, plus Facebook group.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna open up 5 more slots.
Come on.
But
yeah,
1 Bitcoin per slot.
Just the 1?
Yeah, just the 1.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
So
if you can be, they're gone. Like that.
You know what I'm going to make? I'm going to make a non-fungible token for BKK.FM.
You should.
Because it's so artsy.
I've got this, I'm working on this whole NFT thing with these fighters.
BKK.FM started playing Elon Musk's song this morning.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
But actually, the funny thing with what's 1 Bitcoin worth now? Like $60,000?
Yeah, like 62. Well, that peaked.
Yeah,
it's probably around 60, yeah. But see, here's the beauty of that, because I don't really necessarily believe in Bitcoin or its ledger is a piece of shit technically, but I mean it brings everything else up.
Yeah,
I have a lot of altcoins in this one company, and they're worth nothing.
Actually, I've got to email this guy because David Bond. So Eric connected me to him.
Okay,
I've got his email. Like he wants to come on the podcast, so I've got to set it
for
up.
Bangkok Strange or for
Bangkok Strange.
Oh, okay, nice, good.
And so he's a big Bitcoin Cash guy.
Yeah, that's a much better thing too.
So
but it's still.
I watched one of his videos. He was explaining like Bitcoin's the value, but then you convert it to Bitcoin Cash, and you can pay for things with Bitcoin Cash.
Pay for things in Bitcoin too, but I mean, the transactional cost. Yeah, it's ridiculous. $23 for the average transaction.
But Bitcoin Cash is like almost free.
It's close to free, but the problem is that the number of transactions. Most people, I love these people. They're just like, oh, Bitcoin's the future. That's what they might. We're not going to be using cash. We're going to be. They can do 7 transactions a second on the Bitcoin ledger.
That's it.
Are you fucking kidding me? Do you know how many
Alibaba
sold
would go out of business?
400,000 per second at Alibaba.
Yeah.
Visa default setting 60,000 per second.
How many can Bitcoin Cash do?
Let's see. I think it's only 23.
Okay.
Per second.
Globally.
Yeah.
That's a limitation.
No, it's ridiculous. Whereas you look at fucking Ripple, and they just like nail it. I mean,
but Ripple's made for like mass transfers between financial institutes, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Duh. That's what you use. You use one that's designed to do transactions, to do your transactions with. You use IOTA.
Patrick says Bitcoin, it's a hard fork. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the other thing too, right? So when is it forking next? Because that was although, man, I probably should have invested in some, but this one company I really believe in, they're out of San Diego. They're called XY.
Okay.
And everyone was like all hyped up on coins, basically, altcoins, everything, like in late 2017, early 2018, right? And then it kind of like went down after that. And these guys, they came out, they had a conference in San Diego. So I'm like, oh, cool, I'll go, whatever. But and I invested in the company like a couple $1,000. But what's funny is if you're one of the investors in the company, because they had zero idea about what their value is, they gave all of us investors 1 million coins.
Wow.
And they made us part of what they called the 2 commas club, because it's like 1 million has 2 commas. And yesterday, it's been going up and up and up. Yesterday, because of Bitcoin pulling everything else up, it went up 180%.
Wow. Yeah, but can you sell them? I mean, can you exit those coins?
I can I can usually huck them into Ethereum.
Yeah.
And I don't give a shit about the time. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm not going to put any gas behind it if I do the transactions. So that's no big deal. Litecoin, I'm still a huge fan of. I think that's probably going to come back up too. Dogecoin, I didn't see that coming, of course.
Yeah. That was just a meme, right? To start out.
Yeah, I mean, it's really interesting, some of this. We should actually I'm excited for that guy then, because I would really love to learn about a lot of the technology.
So the NFT thing, it's a Japanese company that I'm kind of on the peripheral of this project with, but I'm working with like some fighters and some pro wrestlers, and they're going to put NFTs
That's
together.
Their art, yeah.
And they're going to, this company puts them in a digital machine that dispenses them like a toy. Like you put a quarter in, you spin it. But you pay for the spin with Ethereum, and then or you buy the token, you buy the coin to do the spin with Ethereum.
Okay,
and then it pays out to whoever owns the NFT. So they set a minimum value of the NFT,
right, in US dollars. Shocker,
and so each NFT that comes out, the minimum value that it will be is the cost of the spin.
The minimum value. Okay, yeah.
And then there are some in the machine that are more rare that are worth more, and some that are worth, the minimum value. So there's this whole range, but it's basically like an online gambling thing. It's a Japanese company. And so that's why we got pro wrestlers and fighters into it, like put their art together. They get, that's cool. They essentially get 50% of the spin cost.
Okay.
But that's cool. I mean, it's kind of a fun thing, but I was looking at the numbers that they're doing on people who are like paying to spin these machines to get NFTs. I'm like, wow.
No, dude. I mean, it's think about, what was it? Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
It was giant, right? And there were companies coming out saying, we gotta have a virtual store. We gotta have a virtual store on Pokemon Go. In Coronado, which one could argue the people there are fairly intelligent, there is a road, the main road, and it's got like a grassy thing in the middle, the whole way down, Orange Avenue, and 2 lanes on each side, and then a lane for parking. So on that grassy area for about, I think, almost 2 months, that was one of the spots for the Pokemon Go thing.
Yeah.
So people would be standing in this thing
trying to catch Pokemon.
Yeah. And the police were like, dude, what the fuck? And the community doesn't particularly like people who loiter. It's pretty hoity-toity. Yeah. And so this was so these, like the pizza shop right in front of it, they're like, oh my God, we got to get on this. So they spend all this, lost it all.
I remember when they had a big Pokemon Go event and everyone was in front of Paragon with
that was one of the spots.
There was a guy, he had a setup where he had like a thing on his neck and he had like 12 phones and battery packs set up. And he just it's like I think it was the Mewtwo release. They were all fighting to capture Mewtwo. Oh,
yeah, but I mean, people get into it, So I mean, it's just like, don't bet your fucking mortgage on it,
But anyway, with that, man, let's wrap up for today.
Let's go.
Take a break and we'll record and then
boom,
call it.
Totes my goats.
All right, guys. Thank you for rocking with us today on Bangkok Strange. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe. Check out the podcast because new episodes will be dropping. iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, all those good places.
iHeartRadio, for God's sake. Tune in,
BKK.FM.
Tell your friends about that one. We got to get you doing a hip-hop show, amigo.
Soon. All right, guys. Until then, stay strange.
Peace. Boom.